It's got a
Okay, that plan didn't work. What's up, everybody?
Do our plans ever work out according to plan?
Oh, I got mine.
Nah, it's still not even. Mine's not even loading. It still says. Oh God, hold on. Let me what do you call it? Refresh. Okay, hold on. Just give me a second. Oh nope, still not working. What the hell? Okay, I'm just gonna have to.
Might be on the wrong one because there was two.
What? I'm just gonna go to your name here. Hold on.
Yeah, there's two. The other one.
Yeah. Okay, I see. Oh, see an ad. Okay, we're good. Oh, for crying out loud. Why would you make two?
Well, I made the first one. You said go earlier, so I just made one for do it now.
Oh, is it like one of those things where you can't like change the time or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, you don't know what I mean, but you're just saying it. Okay.
No, I never thought of that. Dang it. There is an edit button. Darn it. Oh, stupid.
What's up? I am into pain, all-time Hulk fan, and Chad Chris. What's up, guys?
I'm still trying to figure out where did it go?
Watching someone eat. Oh, is that challenge accepted?
Oh. Here we go.
What's up, Eric?
What did they say, CA?
Someone's eating worms, and I just assumed it was challenge accepted.
He had hot peppers earlier. I don't know if he ate any of them or not.
Yeah. Ugh, God, it makes me. I'm just thinking about worms and eating them.
Okay. Why am I doing this? I shouldn't have been doing this on this freaking computer anyway. I should use that one. Oh, anyway.
You need your email, man. And whoever else wants to come on, you're more than welcome.
What's up? I'm into pain. Eric and Hulk fan. Guess his favorite superhero.
Yeah.
What's up, Chad?
I'm gonna have to watch. Speaking of the Avengers and superheroes, I'm going to have to rewatch the Avengers Endgame again because first time was a little bit hard for me to follow, like how everybody keeps going back in time and stuff like that. Which, well, it's late already, so I won't do that tonight. But hey, Beatty, what's up, man? I haven't talked to you for a while.
Yeah, what's up, Beatty?
My plants are dry as a. Ugh, it's so dry here. We need rain.
Not as dry as mine, because I killed all mine.
Why did you do that?
I just messed up.
Fair enough. All right.
You know me, I like to stress my plants, and I just stressed them a little too much, and they just didn't.
Yeah, they all had heart attacks or what? Yeah.
Yeah, they got all like shriveled up and stuff, and I'm like, this happens every time. And I gave them Master Blend, put them down, and went in the next day, and I'm like, they're not coming back. And yeah, I don't know. These ones weren't as resilient as the ones in the past.
Technically, well, I heard that a lot. Like this year, like a lot of people aren't having a very good season. It's either too dry or too wet. But well, mine all died just due to overcrowding, and all their leaves fell off, and so I had to start them all from basically scratch, except for my King Star Lemon Starburst, my Death Spiral, my Jay's Peach Ghost Scorpion, and my Sepia Serpent, and my Naga Viper, and my Orange Scotch Bonnets. Other than that, like all the other ones, I had to start from scratch in like at the end of April. So that was like way too late in the season. Note to self, don't start your seeds on November 4th because it will bite you in the ass.
No, it's remember the 5th of November. Dang it.
Yeah. Well, Remember the 5th of November. Well, remember to not start them on the 4th of November, and then you're good to go. And you know what? Every single person had told me, don't, even Charles, like, adamantly, it was like, don't start them now. You're going to regret it. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. And then, like, a couple months later, I'm like, okay, should have listened. Eric, yeah, I seen yours on Facebook there. That's awesome. And Chad went through 2 rounds of murdering his plants this year. Yeah, see, everybody is getting like so much rain, and I need rain.
Yeah, we just started getting rain. It's like this week weekend. It just started downpouring. The one day it was so much rain that they had like, it's kind of a slant. It's a parking lot, but it's kind of slant because it's so flat here.
Pulls up, yeah.
Well, no, because it's flat here, they have it slanted, and they have like a little system, like a grate system and stuff. And I don't know how the heck it works, but whatever. They got some kind of like tank under the parking lot or something like that. And that thing, it was trying to get as much water as it could into it. And it was probably 4 inches above the grate. Like, it was so much water at one time that it just, like, the water literally couldn't make it down fast enough.
Yeah, no, we need that. It's our, like I told you before, my backyard, like, the grass is brown, like, it's just dry and like, and actually we've had a lot of forest fires here all around Manitoba pretty much. So the air is smoky. Like, when you walk out, it almost looks like fog, but it's just like this smoke, and God, it's disgusting. And it's like really like getting to all of our like lungs, and like everybody's sinuses are just disgusting.
And then, like, when it gets towards night, a darker gray breaks through a lighter one.
I know. I see what you did there. I hate Winnipeg.
I have had that song, like, the people that play music that I'm on their channels, I've had that requested so many times, or I've requested it and had it played so many times now.
Yes, like, I am a star.
Like, I would be on with Anti. I'm like, Anti, I got a Canadian music request. And I would just give him that one.
And every single time you play that song, you think of me and being in the shithole.
I was there. Hey, I'm allowed to hate it because I was there.
Well, yes, but you're not allowed to hate it as much as I do.
No. No, you can hate it the most, but I'm just like one of those like honorary I can hate it kind of titles, like, you've been here, so
honorary hater, yeah.
At least you can say you walked around and saw stuff, and yeah, okay. It was kind of cool though. There was so many weird things. Like, just,
yeah, I know, it's Winnipeg.
But like murals, like all over, like a ton of different buildings.
Remember when you guys you and JT and Chalks were like you were deciding where to go, and you're like, I think if we've hit the bridge, we went too far. If you had gone underneath that bridge and up on the other side, there's this massive building that's like one big mural, and it's all black and white, like an abstract kind of thing. Yeah, that one is like, and they just did that within like the past couple of years.
But didn't you tell me if we would have gone under that bridge, we would have been going into the ghetto?
Yeah, it is a ghetto. I'm pretty sure it's a methadone clinic, actually. But you did go down Higgins, which is also the equivalent of like where all the just bad people, or not. Well, maybe they're not bad people. They're just.
Well, that's what you said. Like, I didn't tell you where we went or anything like that because I didn't know. And then like it wasn't until my video came out, you messaged me like after you watched it, you're like, dude, you like almost went to the ghetto, and then you were down Higgins, like you could have got shot. Like, like
You
what?
were like, oh, is that where we were? And I'm like, yeah. And you guys were like, oh my God, look at this building. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I bet you someone's gonna come out there and shoot you guys right away.
And we're walking around with cameras in our hands and stuff like that. And Shock's like has
So
a giant tablet.
like you guys are hilarious. Like I just was watching the video and I'm like, oh my God. Everybody's like, okay, I understand the video cameras, but why in Winnipeg? What's up, neighbor girl Bradshaw?
What's up, neighbor girl?
And yes, Hulk fan, Eric, we were here for Eric's very first live stream experience, weren't we? That was on your stream.
Oh, mine? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he did his first live stream just a couple days ago.
Oh, no way. And I missed it.
Wasn't it?
I didn't even
maybe it wasn't the first one. No, I think it was the first one.
Hold on, I'm going to make sure that I'm... Because I did not get a notification. Yeah, I'm subscribed. I don't know. Weird. Oh, I must have been passed out or...
Notifications are all screwed up right now.
Yeah.
I've been noticing that, like, I'll get a notification and then I'll go to my subscriptions and it's not there. And I'm like, wait, what the heck is this? But if I click on the notification, it'll take me to the video. And I'm like, wait, why is this not in my subscription? Or like, it'll be in my subscription, but I'll never get a notification for it. Or they're just all over and random.
Yeah, that's kind of stupid.
Welcome.
Take that, YouTube. You're stupid. But you can't recover from that one. Well, yes. And then, like, even for, like, you, like, I'll get your notifications, like, 3 days later. It's like, oh, you're live. And I'll be like, and it was, like, streamed 3 days ago. I'm like, what the hell? Come on.
Yeah, I'll get a notification that somebody went live 10 minutes after they're done being live. And I'm like, what? And it was like a 3-hour live stream. It's not even like it was like 10 minutes or something. I'm like, what the hell, you
do that on purpose. You know that, right? I think they're out to get us. It's like UFOs. You don't know anything about it. You just know that it's there.
Well, what I've been doing is every time I notice that problem, I just unsubscribe, resubscribe, hit the bell again. And
I don't have time for, honestly, like I don't want to be like, I mean, I know it's 2 clicks of the thumb, but it's really, I don't know. If, oh, that's you. Voila. See, my YouTube was like playing random videos.
You know what's weird? I totally should have messed with my parents while they were here. They don't know I have Alexa, Alexa, and she never went off the entire time that my parents were here. Because normally, like during any normal conversation, she'll just like randomly go off and start
probably talking. Listening to you and figuring.
Well, she's definitely doing that.
Parents are here.
She's definitely listening to me the whole time. But the way I look at it is I got 2 more listening devices right here. I got my computer that's listening to me. My PlayStation's listening to me. Like everything's listening to me.
This webcam here, if it's plugged in, like randomly, you know, when it shows up blue, turning that it's or saying that it's on, it will like randomly be blue for like 10 minutes and then turn off. That's why every single time I'm not using it, I unplug it. That's because that is like so sketchy to me. Like people can actually like hack into your shit and like watch you and stuff.
Yeah.
What's up, Oh Night? Oh Night.
What's up, Oh Night? What's up, Blumberg? Blumberg's in there. Say the word. I'll send you the link, Blumberg.
Oh, you know what I really want right now? It's some of those steak fajitas. just sitting there in the oven. Julian, hey.
What's up, Julian?
Oh, I made the best breakfast burritos the other day. It was Italian sausage with jalapenos, onions, eggs, chili paste, and I just like threw it all in there. And then once everything was done, oh, and spinach as well. And once everything was done, I put salsa on it and I like wrapped it up. Oh, it was like the most deliciousest, delicious, delicious.
I think that's the word.
The word now, so be quiet. Delicious thing I've ever had. Yeah. It was. Do you straighten things out, Cade? Well, it depends on what you're talking about, but where there's a will, there's a way. Or when there's a will, there's a way. I don't know.
There's a light at the end of the tunnel. Like...
Yeah, but you usually don't want to go there.
You were like, just go towards the light. And I was like, screw that. It's way too far.
Oh, yes. What's up, Levi?
What's up, Levi?
We had new Philly style sloppy joes with cheese. Oh my god, sloppy. Okay, remember when I made sloppy joes and you were like, oh my god, why is everybody talking about sloppy joes like recently? Yes, that's my jam, man. That's my jam. Julian says, made another 72 ounce blender of hot sauce. About 30 super hots went in. It's not hot enough. What kind of super hots were you putting in there that it's not hot enough? When there's a wig, there's a way. Yes, Italian around the world. That is definitely accurate. One day when I get myself some wigs, that will be the truth.
Is that one of your goals?
To get a wig?
One day I'm going to have a whole collection of wigs.
I will have a wig.
I'm going to have like an 18-inch one. I'm going to have a 12-inch one. I'm going to have like...
I'm going to grow my hair, and then I'm going to get like a really short-ass wig, like some like Prince of Bel-Air shit. You know what I mean? Nagas, scorpions, ghosts. So that would be good for me. Trust me, I know by experience.
72 ounces and 30 super hots, and they're all Nagas, ghosts, and scorpions, and it's still not hot enough for you?
Yeah.
That sounds like a good ratio, doesn't it?
That sounds like the perfect ratio. Maybe, yeah.
Maybe add
gunpowder and you'll be fine. Open up like a firework and throw it in there.
So what's everybody doing tonight? Dang, you look comfy as hell. My dog has like pillows all around her and everything. She's sitting on the couch.
But she's living the dream or what?
Yeah. She's looking at me like, yeah, I got it better than you. And she just like turned her head and was like,
Koda's literally probably sitting right outside the door right now, wishing and praying he could come in here. That dog needs like Ritalin or something because he's got the most anxiety. If I'm gone for like 10 seconds, you can hear him down the street. Chad the Walrus is just eating pizza. What kind of pizza? Please tell me it does not have pineapples on it. Straighten things out like somebody fighting and you come in and tell them how it is. Yeah, that does sound like me. But I don't know.
She's done that when people were fighting with me like a whole pile of times. Like I didn't ask her or anything. It was just all of a sudden she was just like, hey, you over there, and just like all of a
sudden. Do I really sound like that? Come on, let's be honest here.
I don't remember exactly what the heck he's. Well,
I remember exactly the situation that you're talking about. Yes.
well,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think of it. It started off with a bunch of swear words, but
Well, didn't he say that you look like a meth addict or something?
oh, that one, yeah. No, I wasn't thinking of that one, but no, that was
Oh.
funny too. No, like I said, there's been so many.
And I'm like, listen, Linda. Yeah. Well, I stand up for my friends, so screw them.
Oh. So wait. What's going on, Julian? So you don't have an '04. You're getting an '04 Land Rover. That's what a tow truck.
Down an '04 Land Rover with exhaust issues, so it's technically can't drive it yet, but he will.
Oh, sweet. That's awesome.
With my own sauce on it, made from chocolate brain strain. It's supreme mousse. Tottenmos munchy food. That, oh my gosh. Okay, chocolate brain strain. I gotta give it to you. If you can eat that, then you're pretty much a chili head. What's up, Schaller? Hey, JDS.
What's up, Schaller and JDS?
See, pizza for me, I have to be really hungry for that. The only time, actually, the last time I had pizza was with this character. And the first time we ordered it, we didn't even, we passed out before the pizza even got there. So now I'm banned from Hotline, or from Pizza Hotline. Remember? We passed out before.
Oh, I remember. Oh, yeah. I woke up in the morning. What was the
first hour to decide what we even wanted?
No, what was the first thing I asked you in the morning? I was like, where's our pizza?
I'm like, I passed out before you did. Skip the dishes it is.
Oh, what's up, Stephen Miller?
Oh, what's up, Stephen? I haven't seen you in a while. JDS just hit 800 today. Congratulations. Only 200 more to go. Whoever's in here and not subscribed to JDS, go ahead and subscribe.
No, but you don't need 200. You just need 200 more to go live on a mobile device.
Yeah, that's 1,000, isn't it?
Yeah, on a mobile device, but you can go live even if you don't have 1,000 on your like. If you have I'm live on my desktop right now. I don't like doing mobile or live on my phone. So, and thanks, Hulk fan. Let me fix that. There you go. That. What's up, Joe? Dang.
What's up, Joe?
I know, he snuck right in there. Like I totally.
Yeah, like I didn't even notice him when I was outside.
Well, I had I made Hulk fan a moderator, so not because he said I'm a king, but he's been in my live stream.
He never said you were a king. He asked you if you were one.
Oh, well, no. Damn, I totally didn't see the R. That's funny. No, I am not a king. I don't believe
to bring up the technicalities, but okay.
Yeah, I don't believe in monarchies. I don't believe that some higher power made some people better than other people. I think everybody's pretty much equal, and you can prove it. You can either prove it or disprove it.
I don't like you. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what you are. It doesn't matter how smart you are, how dumb you are, how rich, how poor. I'll hate you the same. And if you screw me over, I will hate you the exact same.
Ask me how I know.
Yeah, you know. No, I mean, not yeah, secretly.
Oh, Chad. Oh man, Chad. Before you go, what's the health status? Is everything cool? If you can, but if you got to go, like, I guess that's cool too. But I meant to ask earlier, but we just kept.
Well, we're all thinking about Chad. Everybody thinks about Chad. And whatever it is, we're here for you, man. And we all love you.
I'm waiting for Chad to put a message there. Is everybody telling Chad later?
Yeah, later. Yeah.
Every time I see one, I'm like, oh, it's Chad, and then like it's somebody's like. Last I asked him, I think he said everything was getting better. So,
yeah, go ahead.
He missed what I said. I was asking how you were doing. If you could let us know before you go. Like, I hope everything's going good. Are you getting better and everything's cool?
Oh my god, I am like so hot. Like, I'm burning up. My freaking sunburn is making me burn up. In case anybody wants to know, sunburn. It hurts. That's why I'm wearing red. So you can't see my redness.
You only burn once.
Yeah,
I love saying that. I love saying that because for me, that's the case. For like a lot of other people, no, they will burn over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, no, normally I like really that's what happens, but I'm gonna tell you, I already burned tomorrow too, so no, I work tomorrow.
Sweet, you see that? Everything's better. Total remission right now.
Thanks for asking. That's awesome, Chad.
Hell yeah.
Everybody's been thinking about you, Chad. We're good. Some things never change. Thank you, Eric. I had a very, very, very busy day today, and I've been up since 6 o'clock doing interviews and stuff, which I got one of the jobs. He hired me right on the spot. And I start tomorrow morning at 11, which I'll probably be awake at 5 or something. Excuse me, what?
Oh, shoot, right. I got a broken can. Hang on.
You got a broken can? Does that mean it's empty?
Yeah, I've been hanging around.
Yeah, I know. You don't have to say anything. Thanks, I'm into pain. No, like I said, I got the job or got one of my jobs that he hired me right on the spot. He was like, yeah, he's like, no, he's like, you seem like genuinely a nice person, and I really want you to work for me. And I was like, and then he's like, and then he like paused, and then I'm like standing there, I'm like, and what? And he's like, I just want someone mature who's not like 18, 19. And I'm like, hey, you had me worried there for a little bit. Oh, I was telling Rev, he's like, are you reliable? I'm like, yes. He's like, well, how do you know that? I'm like, because I've never been told anything different. Or I've never been told I wasn't. I'm so cheeky. But I can afford to be cheeky. Because I'm cute.
I never heard it was not, well, I don't know if I would have ever heard that term if it wasn't for YouTube, because I remember hearing that term. I'm pretty sure the very first time I heard it was, I was watching JT Bear, and at the time, BZ vlogs popped on, and I'm like, who the hell is that? But they know JT Bear, so I'm like, they got to be cool. So I went to their channel, and they did daily vlogs for 1,000 videos, and then they quit. and I don't think they've been back since because I'm subscribed. I haven't seen their videos in forever. They did like 1,000 vlogs, and then they did like 3 or 4 more videos, and then just disappeared. But that was they're from Scotland. I forgot to say that. And that was the first time I ever heard Cheeky. And then after that, it was like a week after I heard it. I was like, what the hell?
Sorry. Good night, Julian. Have a good night, hon.
But after I heard that, I was like, Cheeky, what the hell is that? And it was like a week later, JT Bear did it. And I was like, what the heck? Canadians say it too? And then like every Canadian I've ever heard or I've known has said Cheeky at one point to me. Or no, there's still 2. Raymond and Trollforge have. I don't think I've ever heard them see that.
Well, I'm sure they'll say it at some point.
But they're from
Ontario?
Ottawa.
That's
yeah. I think they're right outside of Ottawa.
Yeah, that's in Ontario.
Yep.
It's the capital of our country. Like, you don't think I know where it is?
No, I was looking at it and I'm like, wait, no, it's in Quebec because it's like so close. But no, it's in No, I literally I sit here with Google Maps pulled up just with the.
I know you love your maps.
I do. I just love it.
Every single time it's like, oh, where's this?
Well, every time there's somebody in the chat, like Julian, I'm like immediately like looking right where he's at, and I'm looking at where Eric's at. I don't know exactly where everybody's at, but I know what state you're in, and I think that's why I've been forgetting, like, you know, people I've gone to school with, their names and stuff like that. I think like my Dunbar's number, not syndrome. That's a different thing. Dunbar number, which is like you can memorize like 100 to 250 names, but usually.
Hold on, I gotta answer this question. Do Canadians call people a silly goose? Yes, we do. Oh, you silly goose.
Not one time when I was in Canada did anybody say silly goose.
No, they probably just took out a knife and threatened to stab you if you didn't give them a cigarette.
And when you don't give them a cigarette, whew,
yeah, no kidding. They're your best friend until you say no, and then it's like, you bitch. Like,
I kept my cigarettes at the hotel. I didn't even take them with me.
I know. You're like, aren't we going to get beer? And I'm like, no, you're going to get beer. I'm going to stay here. I don't trust that area for sure.
Hulk fan, what state am I in? North Carolina, East Coast. At the beach. By the beach, boy.
Yeah, Eric, aren't you near Terre Haute?
Wait, Terre Haute?
Yeah, I thought we're like 30 miles away from it or something. Or south. So I know he's in Indiana.
Yeah. I thought he was close to Indianapolis. But no, right, he's down.
Yeah, I think he's more south. He's near Terre Haute, I thought. I'm Chad from Ohio. I'm into pain is Chad from Ohio. Yes, see? Woo, I was right. Gosh, I have a good memory.
Nice. So I am into pain is in Ohio. I'm so sorry about that.
Yeah.
There's so many different things behind.
Well, it can't be worse than Winnipeg, so.
Well, there's so many different things why reasons why I say that. I grew up in Pittsburgh, so you know you got that Pittsburgh, Ohio like beef. And then but no, my favorite part about that was when I was in the Bahamas. We went on a cruise and we went to what the heck is it?
Neighbor girl Bradshaw's in North Carolina as well.
Nice, North Carolina. Which side? East Coast or West Coast? Because almost every Destiny is like 4 or 5 hours away from me. She's the closest person on YouTube that I've met. Besides, there's a couple in Virginia that are closer, but I'm talking about just in North Carolina. But she's the closest. The closest beyond that is like Bounty, 5 hours, and like, but then it's like everybody else is like 10 hours away.
Oh, he's in West Virginia.
What? Oh. No, he's okay. I got you. So you're in like Southern Ohio.
Oh no, sorry, he works in one. Okay,
gotcha.
He's West Coast and you're East Coast. Or sorry, she's West Coast and you're East Coast.
Yeah, our good buddy Dave, grown at home in West Virginia, is in West Virginia.
Yep.
That's what I'm talking about. That's why I keep a map up. I just love knowing where everybody is. Like it. That's
I
just
love that one that Jay put up on Facebook. You wouldn't have seen it because you don't know what that is, but he had a map where anyone can click on it and basically pin their location, and he wanted to see how far the King Star Lemon Starburst seeds had made it across the world. And just to see this map and every single person that pinned it, that was super cool. German, you know what I mean? All the way over the pond. And what's up, Pedro?
Yeah, I kind of wish I could do that with my Google Maps. I mean, there's probably an option, but I wish I could do that. I don't care if I have the exact location. I just want a pinpoint and names. Because over all the times that I've done live streams, I'd like to know every single person I've ever done a live stream with, their location. That would be just amazing to me to be able to spin the globe around.
Aren't you close to Charlotte?
No. No, I think Charlotte's 8 hours away from me.
Okay, I was gonna say 6 hours away, but yeah, isn't that where the university is close to?
No, that one I was saying was I think Raleigh.
Oh, Raleigh.
Okay. Well, it's Raleigh-Durham area, so that's actually it might be 3 hours away. Actually, here I got
probably 45 minutes or so from Pittsburgh. I am into Payne says, or Chad.
Nice. Yeah, that's where I grew up.
Yeah.
That's where my parents still live.
Well, you haven't grown up yet, but.
Well, no,
That's where you were for your developmental years.
Well, it says anywhere from 3.5 to 4 hours away.
From Charlotte?
No, from me to Raleigh.
Oh, okay. I thought you said it was 6 hours.
I thought it was, but I'm wrong. That's why I love Google Maps. Hang on a second. Let me see how far it is to Charlotte.
I can answer that for you, JDS. No. Otherwise, you would have been talking about them.
Me to Charlotte is 6 hours to 6 hours and 20 minutes.
Okay. Gotcha.
That's why I'm fascinated with Google.
You're like my grandfather. He gets off on maps. I mean, not but I mean he loves maps. He's got all these old school maps from the 1800s everywhere. They're rolled up and stuck on a shelf somewhere at the cabin. I don't know, but yeah, no, he loves them.
I still have an atlas, in my center console of my truck. I have
an atlas. Yeah.
Or
yeah.
not an atlas.
That's like a what do you want to call it? You have to have an atlas in your vehicle.
It's called an atlas, right? I thought the atlas was bigger than that.
Yeah. Well, no, an atlas is normally a book that has every single country, all the cities and everything in it.
Well, no, I have dang it, what do they call that? Nobody even knows.
I need one because what the word you're thinking of is probably in there.
No, it's every single I have each page is every single state. Sometimes if the state's big enough, it'll be 2-3 pages, but they have every single.
That is an atlas. Yes, that is an atlas. Yes.
Yeah, I have one of those.
Like I said, it's a book where it's every state or every province or yeah, definitely, and they've got all the cities, and then it's the one page on the left is okay, here's the state, and then the page on the right is kind of more of a detailed version of it.
Yep. And not only that, but I intentionally make notes on the pages and stuff so that I know, oh, Oklahoma. Oh, right. I drove to Oklahoma and this is where I went. And I would just write, I I wouldn't trace the line or anything, but I would just write on the side like the roads that I would need to take to get through this state to get to my destination.
I don't travel like that much to be able to do that. I go from like north end to south end. That's about it.
It's been, well, I mean, well, no, this year I went to Canada, but before that, like it's 2013 January, I went to Florida, and that was, we took the kids to Disney. And before that, it was, well, the Bahamas on a cruise.
Yeah, when you and your sister almost missed it.
No, that was a different one.
Oh.
No, the Bahamas, we just drove like 2 hours north and just
plane, yeah.
No, we just like
oh, you got it from the coast there?
Yeah, we just hopped right on one right there, and they drove us all the way down to the Bahamas, and yeah.
Oh shit! No way.
Oh,
cool. The Payne says I was actually born in Italy. My dad was stationed there. What was your dad doing there? Like, what was his like? JDS never been out of California. Well,
I'd recommend it.
Yeah, just to explore, like just go see some of the world. See, now it looks like it's going to thunderstorm.
I didn't do it like Anti did it like
Air Force.
literally.
With the Air Force. That's so weird.
Like Anti, he just totally did the trifecta. He just went from Canada and he went Arizona, to California, then he went to Mexico. So like he got the North American trifecta. I
thought he was in Arizona for some reason.
Well, he did go to Arizona. He went to like outside of Phoenix. He went over to Killacorns too, but no, I can officially say that I've done the trifecta too. I've been in Cozumel. Yeah, Cozumel. I've been, well, obviously I'm in North US, and then I've been to Winnipeg. So now I've done all three countries at least, a little bit.
I've never been to Mexico, and I don't know. I just didn't, never really had a, oh crap, hold on here.
Well, I went to Mexico on a cruise. Like the cruise you're talking about where my sister was like trying to beat down the door when the whatever.
Oh yeah, you told me that.
Yeah, where the lady wouldn't, like, she made us miss our flight. So my sister was like,
I know, in Florida?
Well, we were going to Florida. I think it was in Atlanta that we were at, but she was like beating on the door and everything. But no, that cruise, we ended up going to Mexico, and I had so much fun. Like, we went to a mall, and this lady was just like, "Hey, can I talk to you for a second?" And I'm like, "Oh, geez, man, like this isn't going to be fun." And my parents were like, "Oh, maybe we should." Like, these are the parents that told me like never, whatever. So they talked to him, and they're like, "Yeah, let me." Pretty much, ultimately, they were like, "Let us sell you a timeshare." My parent and if you go and listen to our talks, then you can have all the food you want, all the drinks you want, like snorkeling, like all kind of crazy stuff at our oceanfront, resort. And we were like, I was like, no. And my parents and my sister were like, yeah, let's do it. So we ended up doing it. And, but no, they sucked at it. So they didn't actually like sell us a timeshare, but we got free food and drinks for the rest of the day. So we drank margaritas like all day long, like in between snorkeling. Like that. It was pretty fun.
Yeah. Well, hold on here. Let me read back. I am in pain says I was in Mesa, Arizona for work. Mesa's nice. My parents, before my mom passed away, had a house. He still owns it, my dad, in Maricopa, Arizona, which is just southwest of Phoenix. It's beautiful there. I love it. What's up, Black Mamba? What's up, Cemetery?
What's up? I know. I was waiting for you to stop talking so I could say hi to him. And then you're just like, hey, let me just go ahead and say hi. And I'm like, oh, darn.
And you're like, the
beauties of live streams.
Yeah. All right, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'm gonna pause this because I'm wearing boxers. Hold on. Well, I don't want everybody, you know.
It's a chick wearing boxers. Nobody can see that. What's going on, everybody? And oops, let's knock the cushion off, dog. Where are you going? Dog just. She was laying out. She's always like by me. She was laying out here on the couch, got off the couch, and just went into my bedroom randomly. I don't think I've ever seen my dog do that. She always like is around me. That is weird. Hey, what are you doing? Deep. I think she was like went back there and like pretended to dig. What are you doing? I don't know what the heck is going on. All right. Oh, and by the way, the rule for the night is if you want in, just ask. I wasn't just gonna start throwing out a pile of links to, you know, everybody, but if you want in, just ask.
Hell yeah.
What are you doing? My dog was acting weird while you were gone. Like she just like she's always just hanging out around me. Like she'll be on this couch.
Separation anxiety. She loves me more than she loves you. That's about it.
It might be it, but she was like on, or, you know, she'll go from this couch to that couch to this couch, or like she'll just move around the room and stuff, but she won't like leave like my side pretty much. Like if I'm in the living room, she's in the living room. If I'm in the kitchen, she's standing there trying to get into the kitchen, but she knows she's not allowed. But like randomly, she just got up off the couch. Like I swear, it's the first time she ever did that. She just like got off the couch and just walked back and went into my room. I'm like, what the hell? And I'm just sitting there like, okay, maybe she's gonna take a nap back there. Like maybe she wants to sleep on my bed or something like that. And then all of a sudden I heard her like pretending to dig on the carpet.
Come get me. I'm gonna make a hole here.
I know. I was like, what the hell? Get out of there.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Dogs are fun.
Ugh. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Like I said, Goda has been sitting outside. Like he lies by the door when I'm in here. Like he's got major separation anxiety.
Mine doesn't. Like if I go outside, she's not gonna freak out or anything. My mom's dog
Goda does. You can hear him like down the block.
No, my mom's dog has it bad. Like they went out to dinner every night that they were here, and I didn't go with them. And they're like, "Oh, would you mind if we leave the dog out, or do you want me to put it in our room?" I'm like, "Just leave it out, man. Like it can play with my dog, which means it can like try to bite my dog's face, but because it's a Yorkie and I have a pit bull, but but as soon as they would walk out the door, the dog would freak out. It would jump up on the couch and look out the window and just freak out, like just barking over and over until they're finally gone. And then when they got back, it would freak out again until they walked in the door.
Yep. Sounds about right. Exactly like Coda. God.
Oh yeah.
I really need to get this goddamn chair fixed. Like sounds like
mine's worse though, because it's a very slight squeak. So and like I can't help but like while I'm talking, like I'm moving around a little bit and it just like is moving. So you'll just like I will hear in the background just the slightest squeak, 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 like over and over and over again for like the entire time I'm on a live stream.
Yeah, but the The good thing about that is not everybody can hear it like this.
Yeah.
God, this sounds so gross.
Jumping in the pool. I wish I had a pool. My neighbor's pine tree fell into my pool and ripped up the liner, and we haven't had a pool since.
Yeah. If there's kids in the pool ever, I will not go in there.
Well, no, that was the cool
That's
thing.
why I love the ocean, because the bacteria is like.
Oh, there's bacteria in the ocean.
Yeah, but that's natural bacteria, not like peeing in the pool from the little kids' bacteria. You know what I mean?
No, as long as you keep, well, first off, I don't want to go in other people's pools or public pools because I've been a pool guy for freaking 20 years. And, well, not 20, 15 years, something like that. I know all about pools. If you keep your chlorine level like at a good level, it doesn't matter what happens, how many sweaty people go into your pool or
Oh God!
pool or
Don't
anything
even
like
say
that.
that. Don't even throw up.
Well, no, chlorine attacks any kind of organic
I
material.
don't care. I know they're like dead skin is all in there. Just the chlorine. I pee in the ocean too. Fuck it.
Well, no, what my point was, I know all about pools. If you maintain them, like if it fits your pool and you're like, hey man, why don't you hop in? There's a bunch of kids and stuff, but I know you maintain your pool. I might get in your pool.
Would you rather swim in the ocean or swim in a pool where a bunch of kids have peed in?
If the chlorine content was high enough, the pool.
Okay, well, are you going to carry around your little chlorine testing kit every single place that you go?
I've had people that would do that.
Yeah,
like, well, they would be on vacation and like
also wear chewy masks to bed. You know what I mean? Like, fuck. We have a float. Oh my God.
No, Schaller, that is the next to the worst thing.
In my lake once, and it was right at the end of the dock. I'm gonna throw up. Hold on.
No, what you're talking about is the next to the worst thing to happen to a pool. Like that is total like you don't even understand what happens if that happens. Like if that actually happens in your pool.
Fuck, in their right mind would shit in a pool.
Well, no, kids. You know, like they're having.
So again, I ask you, go into a pool or an ocean with children? You literally prove my point.
But the process, if that ever happened, is insane. Like you have to.
Yeah, it closes down for like days.
You gotta obviously get rid of it, and then after that, you gotta like shock it so high that it stays at like a 10 for at least 24 hours. And if you don't know what that means, a pool is supposed to be at 3 parts per million, and hot tub is supposed to be 5 parts per million. But no, you got to raise that. You got to shock it until it hits a 10 and holds a 10 for 24 hours.
That's so freaking gross. I don't even know why we're talking about this.
Yep. The only thing worse than that is a dead mammal in your pool.
I would rather have a dead raccoon than a piece of shit in there.
But same exact thing. You got to like do the exact.
Yeah, but it doesn't feel as gross. You know what I mean? Like it just feels dirty. Like I would literally have to shower for days in hydrogen peroxide in order to feel better. If it ever came down to it.
Well. Anyway, getting back to what my original point was, I had my own pool. So nobody else was using it, like maybe my parents or something like that. But, you know, like just me. But I maintain it, make sure that the chlorine level's good and everything. And it was great.
What about a coked out dead hooker in the pool? I would prefer that to a raccoon, to be honest.
That is
a piece of shit.
That's a warm-blooded mammal, so it really doesn't matter. It's all the exact same.
Potato. Good motherfucking morning. What's up, Infuriosity?
I think with the coked out hooker, you really have some explaining to do, but You know, with the raccoon, nobody really gives a
Yeah.
crap. Like, just throw that thing over the fence. Like, nobody will say anything.
Yeah, the dead hooker is a little more complicated because she probably weighs like 80 pounds. So that's a little harder to get over the fence. Raccoon, you can just grab it by the tail. The hooker is like, you need people that you trust. You know what I mean?
Oh my god!
Drop off the pier in Canada, thanks, on a fishing trip and got busted by the resort owner. And he told him we drink that what? You want to throw up?
Well, when I was doing pools, there were actual crabs in the pools because they would be oceanfront houses. And the crabs they would come over the dune and just fall into the pool, and then they were stuck in the pool.
Oh my god, did anybody ever see that video of like the crab threatening that guy? Like he like videotaped the crab, and the crab was like he like was not taking shit from anybody that day. He was like, you know what? I'm gonna sit here on this rock and I'm gonna do what crabs do and fuck you, basically. Hold on. I'm gonna look that up. Got the crabs in the bucket. I got that song in my head now. I don't even know the words. That's all I know. And for some reason, I'm imagining crabs in the bucket and the silver spoon.
Little boy blue and the man
in the moon. When you're coming home, crab, I don't know when. Okay, yeah, this looks really dirty. Sassy crab ass bitch. Okay, hold on. There's a 12,000 minute ad here that I gotta.
What's up, Mark's Ark?
What's up, Mark Sark's Aquarians? Oh, right here. Oh my god, yeah, this video is like completely priceless. Swear to God, that crab was like, I'm gonna murder the shit out of you right now if you don't stop videotaping. Perfect. He was just like, Susie, what beer soda can is that? It's
Not a kokanee, I can tell you that much.
It's not cocaine. It's Brewhouse. 6% motherfuckers. Yeah.
How come we didn't get any of that? It's not that good. Is kokanee better?
Yeah.
Because every time we got kokanee, I swear kokanee just tasted like that Molson type flavor a little bit more than Budweiser. Or wait, like, you know how like the Molson, I don't know how to describe that, whatever that flavor that Molson has, where it has like that
the kind of light but a little bit dark lager taste.
It tastes right at the end. It's like
it tastes a little more bitter than Budweiser, and that's about the only way to really describe it is like a tiny bit more bitter than Budweiser.
Well, I wanted to say it's like a maple type.
It's not a maple type taste. You just think that because you were in Canada when you drank it.
No, I didn't. No, I wasn't. I've never had a Molson in Canada.
No,
because kokanee. Oh, I thought you were talking about Molson because that's what I was trying to describe. It's that weird taste at the end of Molson where it's like, I don't know, like that very tail end of the taste of the beer that you get. Whatever that is, that's kokanee, but that's Budweiser with that taste right at the very end.
That's what I literally just said it, but you said it in like way more words than I did.
I like to overexplain.
Monologuing, yes.
Mark's Ark, am I in Canada? No. I was 2 months ago, though. I actually went to visit Susie, and we drank a pile of kokanee.
Yeah, we had to make the recycling bin the cooler because we. I remember going up to the ice machine and like carrying this big ass recycling bin, and then I'm like, "Watch, keep guard," and then you're like, "They're not gonna do anything," and I'm like, "Just look out!"
The funniest part was like we show up, or I show up, she picks me up, her buddy picked me up, and we drive to the vendor, pick up a case of beer, and then show up at the hotel. I'm like, hey, I'm here to check in, like with the case of beer in my hand.
Had the beer by like that pillar behind you when you were checking in, and I remember coming to like sign the thing, and a bunch of people walked in, and I'm like, I'm just gonna stand over here by the beer.
But no, Kokanee is way better than Molson. Way better.
100%. Molson with an O-N, yeah.
Yeah, no, but I was just trying to describe like the taste, because Kokanee's like almost exactly like Budweiser. It's just like the tail end of like when you get done drinking it, it's just a little different.
No, it's not. It's a little bit more bitter than Budweiser, and I think it's an extra 2 or 0.2% as well. Like, what's the percentage of alcohol content on your
I don't believe
you've got a can right in front of you.
I don't believe it says it on the can, but I think it's 5.2 or something.
By law, you have to. So it says it.
No, I'm pretty sure ours don't. Do they?
Pilsner is a great ass beer. The one that's brewed in Saskatchewan is great. I drink Pilsner too. I love it.
Tells me how much protein, carbohydrates, fat.
No, it'll be on like the front, like right down on the bottom.
5% alcohol per volume.
Okay, well that's the same. I thought it was 4.7, but
I thought it was 5.3 for some reason. Maybe I'm just thinking of a Chevy truck engine.
Where in Saskatchewan are you? Yeah, Pilsner is amazing. Have you ever had Standard from Manitoba? Mark?
Oops.
That's a local brew for us.
Dude, you can see my map brain working.
Yeah, I know.
Saskatchewan. I'm like, where? Just give me the closest place, man. I just want to like put another marker in my mind about like where somebody in one of my live streams is from.
Saskatchewan is the province that's just due west of us.
Oh, I know. I'm looking right at it. Saskatoon, Regina, like
Regina. Oh my God, it's the
Regina.
It's the city that rhymes with fun. That's what it's. Hey, Mark, back me up here. Is Regina known as the city that rhymes with fun? That's like that's their.
That is awesome marketing.
I'm not even joking.
Oh my God.
It's like that's what it's known as. Regina, the city that rhymes with fun. What rhymes with Regina and is fun? Yeah.
I think it's what my dog's.
Don't say it. Stop. Oh my God. You never heard that? How the hell have you never heard that? We're brothers, man. Prairie provinces. You never heard that before. Yeah, now you get it.
That's hilarious.
From Lloydminster. Oh, okay. I got you. Well, are you north, east, southwest of Lloydminster? Because I worked in Yorkton, I worked in Melville, I worked in Regina, of course, I worked in Saskatoon, I've actually Weyburn, Estevan. Carrot River or Carrot Lake or whatever the fuck that's called. I think Weyburn probably was one of my favorite cities. Like it's just like a tiny little. Ever been to London? London, Ontario? No, I've never been to London, Ontario, but my dad did grow up there almost 2.5. Oh, we like so you're like way, way north. Okay, yeah, no. I've been as high or as high. I've been as north as uh, oh, London, England. No, 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 no. I've never even been to like the EU or anything like that. I would love to. Um, from here to like, if I were to leave here to Iceland right now, it's a 4 hour flight, and it's really not even that expensive. And I would love to go to Reykjavik and then just like backpack. Like I would love to just like take a taxi or bike ride or something like that just across everything. But no, never been there. I would love to. I'd love to. That's on my bucket list actually. Only problem is I am afraid of flying. I am deathly afraid of flying. I literally need to take like 3 Valiums before I get on a plane.
Not me. I mean, well, I drink a bunch of beer, but that's not because I'm
Well,
afraid of flying.
My
It's just
mom.
because I can, because I'm flying, and I'm not in control. So what the
I
heck,
went
man?
through an electrical dust storm on the way home from Arizona, and that was on September 11th. And I was like, that was not like in 2001, of course, but this was like the 10-year anniversary or whatever it was. I was so shitting my pants at that time. You want to talk about a floater? Yeah, that was. Mm-hmm. My mom bought me 2 Heinekens right off the hop. I took my Valium and we were trying to do crossword puzzles, and I'm like passing out, and I'm like, "This is not working." She's like, "I think it's working." Yeah, crazy. And it's funny because I grew up with aviation. Like my dad was a pilot, and like I've had most of my boyfriends were pilots, and I worked at. Hold on here. Oh, shit! My girlfriend just texted me. Oh fuck! I just accidentally did something. They just fired me. Oh shit!
I absolutely love flying. I think when you're sitting there on the runway and you're waiting to take off and the engines just start going,
part because you know that you're going to be stuck in a metal tube for hours and there's nothing you can do if anything happens. You know what they should do? I want to integrate like a parachute under every single, like instead of life jackets, which if you crash into the ocean, you're not going to need a fucking life jacket, okay?
So like full on ejection
seats. Make parachutes.
Like every single seat is an ejection seat. So like if the plane starts to go down, they just yank the lever, everybody goes out.
Now we're rolling. The ideas are rolling. Why not? Why not?
But no, I love the takeoff is my absolute favorite. That's why I made so many videos on my channel of when I went to Canada, because every time we took off, I love that. When the engines are going, like my heart starts racing. Hell yeah, let's go.
And you just feel it, and I will love to actually do that. Well, hold on. No, I've done it a million times. That was my favorite part, was like just zooming down the runway and then like lifting up, and it's like and then it's like
I love how you're like, are we off the ground? Are we off the ground? We're still not off the ground. We're still not off the ground. Are we going to get off the ground? And then next thing you know,
speed.
Wait, I think we're off the ground. And then next thing you know, you look out the window and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, we're totally off the ground.
Cemetery makes a good point. Your seats float. Yes, that's so great. So when I'm ejected from the plane at 30,000 feet above the ground, thank God that my seat floats. That's great. No, I want a parachute.
Well, no, when you're about to crash over the mountains, a floating seat is really what you need.
Or over New York City. Yeah. Floating seats.
Your seat floats, so does your body.
But you don't take it with you anywhere you go. You know what I mean? Like,
But the body doesn't float until a couple, like 12 or 15 or whatever hours later, because that's the gases inside your body like build up.
Well,
And
the reason why they tell you, so like when you're sitting in your seat and they say, in case of an impact, put your like head between your legs and like put your arms up here. The reason why they say that is because if you're going on impact, your head is down here, your neck breaks automatically, so you're like dead like that, so you don't suffer. That's why they tell you to do that. No, I know it's morbid as shit, but that's the truth.
That's pretty crazy.
I know, isn't that like? Make sure you put your. Oh my gosh! When I was coming on WestJet on a 737 from Toronto to here, I was by myself, and I already hate flying, but this like just like solidified my hatred of flying. We had so insane turbulence where the flight attendant was like running down the middle, whatever you call it, alley or aisle, and he like shot up, almost like broke his neck on the top, and he somehow landed into an empty seat. And I remember seeing him trying to put on his seatbelt, saying "fuck, fuck, fuck, fuck," like, and I'm like, okay, you're trained to be calm in these situations. So if you're being like this, what does that mean for me? You know what I mean? Oh,
see, that's another thing that I really like about flying. I love the turbulence when it's going all crazy and stuff like that. Like
you're a psycho, then I guess. Like you literally are.
I have faith in the pilots. Like they got thousands of hours and all that stuff. I got faith to get me there.
I know most of them personally, like the ones that fly out of here, and I can tell you right now that they fly drunk half the time.
Oh, well, I don't care. As long as they do their job good, then that's A-okay to me.
So are you going to keep flying once pilots become obsolete and it all becomes remote controlled?
Probably, but that I really hope it
doesn't. Have no incentive to really try. I mean, oh my God, the plane is going down. At least I'm not on it.
I don't know. I really don't want to see that happen. I like people being pilots.
It is happening already.
But I put all my faith in the pilot. Like that's what I'm saying. Like it's kind of like getting in a taxi in a city. Like you're just putting all your faith in the driver that they're not gonna like T-bone some guy and put your head right into that that weird screen between.
Yeah, but the thing is that if anything happened on it's a lot easier to hop out of the taxi onto the ground and survive than hop out of a plane without a parachute.
Yeah, but I could be a taxi driver tomorrow, but I can't be a pilot tomorrow. It would take me a bunch of years before I could be a pilot.
Well, so, yeah, you would have to get your own plane. You'd have to buy your own hours. You need like 20,000 hours of ground school just to even become a pilot.
Not to mention flight time.
Like I said, my dad was a pilot for 45 years.
Yeah, I follow Bill Burr, and he got his helicopter's license, and I think he had to have like 2,000 hours of flight time, and even when he got it, he still didn't go for his test. He was just like, nope, I'm just gonna keep on going. I think he got like 4,000 or something. I forget what it was. I forget. He went way beyond what he needed before he actually went for his license, because he was like, you know what, I still don't trust myself, and just kept on going. But no, I always put my faith in the pilots, and I've never had a bad experience.
Listen, though, Linda, listen. Mm-hmm. It's not all about the pilots. What about the maintenance guys who look after the plane after every single flight? What if they missed one thing?
Yeah, I trust the pilot to be able to compensate.
In the elevator could mean that the plane's going down. And do you think that in any circumstance when there was a plane crash, those people were probably so comfortable with flying? It could happen at any moment, and you have no idea when, and you're not in control. See, that's my whole thing. I don't like not being in control.
Yeah. Well, see, in those, like I'm a somewhat of a control freak, but in those situations, I have no problem giving up control. I'm like, well,
That's why I'm saying we should have parachutes. I mean, if don't ever like bump luggage with somebody because they're gonna press your eject button. But if you're going down, I want to have the control to be like peace and you know what I mean? And
Oh,
like
no. That would be like the pilot.
Gently.
No, I would say that if we had these ejector seats in all the planes, that would be in control of the pilot. So when he's like, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, like this is not going to work. Yeah, he just like pulls the master switch and everybody just pops out of the plane.
The flight attendants, they're the ones who have to keep everybody calm. Okay, you guys get in your jump seats. This one's for them and this one's for you.
And there would be extra ejection things for like those little boats, those inflatable boats and stuff.
Oh my gosh,
you're over water.
Yeah, I've seen that. They're actually putting those things on the outside of buildings now. It's like it looks like a big raft, but it basically like like a petal coming off of a flower. It just like wavers in the wind a little bit, and they're putting them all on the outside of buildings as a fire escape. But my only question would be, how do you get like 60 people working in an office on one of those?
Oh, and wait, where the hell was it? Oh, Inferio City. Inferio City. What's up?
Hey, cemetery. No, you parachute into a wide open ocean. Yes. Well, at least you would have a better chance of survival than barreling down into the ocean in a plane. Plus, there would be a lot of you, and they would have to have like transponders on every single one of those parachutes. So, whoever it is,
so pretty much your ticket price.
Exactly where you are.
So pretty much your ticket price just went up $100 every time you take
extra $500 per ticket if I knew that that's what was keeping me alive.
But what I was going to bring up was Mark Ark's Aquariums said Gary Cooper bailed from an airliner. Good point, because we don't know what happened to Gary Cooper, but I don't know. Like, I don't know. You'd have better odds, at least. Like, maybe your parachute gets stuck in a tree or something. You got to climb down the tree or something, or I don't know.
Tomb Raider.
You're probably better than like going head into like a cliff or something.
See, if the pilots were sleeping and the autopilot was all screwed up or something, and let's say you woke up and you saw yourself going into a mountain, you have no way to change that. Eject, eject, eject. Okay, I'll take my chances with nature, but I'm not going to take my chances barreling into a mountain at 600 miles an hour in a metal tube that is explosive. The fuselage and everything. Hello.
Well, I was about to say, like, but what travel height do they fly at? Because it's like 30,000 feet or something. But no,
5,000 feet.
You wouldn't hit the eject button.
Miles an hour.
Yeah, but you wouldn't hit the eject button until you knew something was going wrong. You'd probably be at lower altitude by that point.
Yeah, so you'd have to figure out a way. What if you had like space suits and you had to wear them every time you flew? I would look like an idiot for 6 hours if I knew that I was going to be safe. Like I would. I would totally wear a fucking spacesuit. Like, and I would. Or a scuba diving, you know what I mean? Like there's lots of options. Maybe not like the best financial like options for the companies, but there's options. You know?
But I don't know. I am a huge fan of flying. I just love it. Like, especially I love the takeoff, the turbulence, and I love the landing. Like, those are my 3 favorite things.
I love landing. I love being back on ground. That is like my best Yeah, when I know
I love coming in on a city and you're just looking at it and you're like, this isn't a city. Like there's farmlands all over the place. And then next thing you know, it's like it's more suburban, and then it's like more urban. And then next thing you know, you're like downtown, and then you're landing. And it's like, what the heck?
and you can see like all the cars driving by. You're like, they look like toy cars. But
Yeah.
Hong Kong had the I don't know if they still have it, but they had an airport where like the plane was coming into land, and there were like massive buildings here, and it was actually you had to maneuver through the buildings, and if you're less than 500 feet, that's when the autopilot turns off. So you actually have to maneuver that yourself as a pilot, I'm saying.
Yeah, and there was, I don't know why.
Yes,
It's like
they
all
go past 600 miles an hour. I can look that up right now.
I don't know why, because it should have been a bunch of straight lines, because they got runways that go every single direction, you know, at every airport that I was at.
My dad, when he was flying a Citation Excel, which is a Citation 10, which is a private jet that was turned into an air ambulance, when he was up north, he had to land on a landing strip that was all gravel and about 500 yards too short for what this plane could handle. And he did it perfectly with precision. He's like a surgeon of the sky. I'm not joking.
Well, no, I was kind of laughing at myself because I was like, they got runways that go every single direction. Like if I'm in Norfolk and I'm leaving, why would we take off? And then all of a sudden we're like banking a turn for like, 5 minutes. Well, it's probably just what available runways do they have?
They cruise at about 575 to 600 miles an hour. Yeah, well, that's exactly what I just said, Cemetery. You got that right. 575 to 600 miles an hour.
I thought it was like 600.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how fast it is, but I love it. I love when those engines fire up and you just start rolling down the runway.
Well, don't forget, I'm also afraid of heights and I'm claustrophobic.
I don't like heights either. But I also, because I don't like heights and I really don't like carrying heavy things, I worked as a roofer. And that's like the dumbest thing to ever do if you don't like heights and you don't.
I did that as well. Remember I was telling you I had that one, oh gosh, and I slipped on the granules. Oh gosh.
Oh yeah.
Never again. Ever. I'll never ever get. I was wearing a harness, but I could not do it. And I can't, and I'll never do that again. I don't care if you pay me $60, $70 an hour to do that for like 10 hours a day. Fuck that.
I've been on hundreds of roofs, but as far as roofing goes, I think I know I did 3 jobs. I did my parents' house and I did 200-year-old houses down the road. But I'm pretty sure I did more. But I don't know. For some reason, I don't know. Things that I'm afraid of, I just kind of like run towards. Like I don't, like I said, I don't like carrying heavy things. I don't like heights. So I'm like, yeah, I'll go ahead and
bundles. Yeah, right. Come on, you got to carry bundles and bundles up ladders. Yeah, screw that. No.
Yeah, it's
something I've never flown. I'm assuming it has to do with heights or claustrophobia or both. Mark says I was in a 747 and the literature said they burned 3,500 gallons per hour. Yeah, that is actually accurate. I've never been in a 747 personally, but I used to work at the airport at the Esso Habitat. That's where we do all the fueling and stuff like that. And there was also the private terminal where celebrities would come in, and I can guarantee you that's accurate. Now, I see it's just not natural for something that massive to fly. I mean, and that's always in my mind. Like I you know what I mean?
But yet they do.
And they do. I saw the Antonov 225 take off at my airport once when I was working there. And that's the biggest plane in the entire world. It's Russian. and they carry tanks. They carry other planes inside of them. And that thing, if you guys don't know what it is, look up the Antonov and you'll see how big it is. And when it takes off, it doesn't even look like it's moving.
Wow.
It's ridiculous.
Oh man, I read that comment and I totally lost what I was gonna say.
We'll take off airspeeds for jetliners are in the way. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. But there's 4 elements of flight. There's weight, lift, thrust, and drag. And just like anything else, somehow somebody or somebodies came up with that at one point. And now look how much advanced we are 100 years later, 110 years later.
Yeah, and they flew that first plane here.
Canvas, yeah.
Right here where I live. Like literally down the street.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Although aliens came up with it like a long time ago.
I remember what I was going to say, and it's probably going to like freak you out, but I don't know if it's in one of my videos or not, but I remember looking out.
You really think it's going to freak me out?
Well, no, I remember looking out the window because every flight that I had, I was the window seat. Like I loved it. Not only was I with a window seat, but I could see the wing of the plane and I could see the end.
I hate that.
Oh, I love it.
I have my windows shut every time I fly.
Oh,
and my no. in my hand with Heineken's because they're all the same price. Hey Susie, what is my channel is called, well, it's going to be deleted soon, but it is just what my name is, Cade Susie Swain.
But no, one of the flights that I had, I could look out the window and I saw the wing, and the whole wing was just like during some of the turbulence, like the wing was just.
Trying to do that. Have you ever seen the Dreamliner when they were testing it out for Boeing when they were selling it off to different corporations and stuff like that? The Dreamliner's wings were like this, like coming, like say it was like swooping down. That was the 787. Yeah, like their wings they can like basically go like this. The tail, like the rudder there, is not designed to move like this, which is every time I feel turbulence like this, I'm like, oh shit. Because I know the mechanics of the plane. That's why I get so freaked out. Like I grew up with that. How can I not think about that all the time? I mean, if you're like a technician and you're like a vehicle technician and you feel your car making a bump, 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 bump sound, you're going to be like, oh, ball joints or something. You know what I mean? Like your mind is automatically going to go there.
Bang. There you go.
What, the Dreamliner?
No, that's Susie's channel.
Oh. I thought you were looking at the Dreamliner. I've been on like a Judge Judy kick for like the last little while.
I don't like that lady.
Oh, I love her. She just does not have any bullshit. Like she'll not take that. I love her.
Yeah, not a fan.
You're not a fan because she offends you, probably.
Well, I'm not really a fan of that yelly guy either.
Judge Joe Brown?
No, who'd we watch? The bar rescue guy.
Oh, oh shit, John Taffer.
Yes, him.
Yes, why the hell not? He is.
He just yelled too much. Like if he was around my dog would not get along with him.
Like if you're not an idiot, he wouldn't be there.
Good point.
Thank you, Mark. I will do the same thing with you once I get the notification. Judge Judy is B. B? Right? Is that like a letter grade that you're giving Judge Judy? Because in my book she's A plus 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 plus. She doesn't take shit from anybody, and I love that. She's like Nancy Grace. Although Nancy Grace is very biased because she's Southern.
Oh, there's the continuation.
That's right, and that's why I love her. Act like you want to impress grandma and you will look really smart. Well, I can tell you by experience or from experience that it doesn't take a lot to impress grandma. So if you want to look smart, wear a pair of glasses.
I saw somebody on Twitter today that was wearing glasses, but used that TikTok app, and they had another set of glasses superimposed over top of their glass. Like they had like your glasses where they were like, kind of like square or rectangular-ish. And then they had another one that were like round over top of them. Like it was super weird.
She just shows she's got no power in the household. I guarantee you she wears the pants in the family. I honestly don't doubt that at all. And in curiosity, mind your manners. Why?
All right, hang on. I gotta take a whiz, and my can's broken.
So do I.
Hang on, hold it down until I get back.
Got you. So yeah, Eric, you coming on or what? You and Beth? Gotta hit the hay soon, I think. I gotta work in the morning. Or Mark. You can come on. If you guys have Rev on Hangouts, just send him your email. Cool beans. Yeah, make sure you get your beautiful wife with you. That's a fun stream. Well, we try to make it as entertaining as possible. Ugh, God, this pollen is like killing my allergies. We're like just getting pollen now, which I'm sure all y'all in the States are like, or well, no, Mark, you said that you're from Saskatchewan, but it's like my head is like going to explode. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Oh, was that mine? No, someone else's.
All right, now you.
All right, I'm gonna go.
What the heck? So what's everybody getting into? Thanks, Mark. We try to have fun. Well, you never know what the heck we're gonna do. Do all kind of weird stuff. Normally Rob's on with us tonight. He said he had to take the night off, so even though he's told me that, I still sent him a link just in case he wants to join. Oh, sweet. So, oh, okay. Well, I was just about. What the heck? I was just about to say, like, oh, sweet, man. Eric, whenever the kids settle down, let me know. And hang on, I could do that. Hang on. Let's give it a second. Wait for Susie to get back. What's up, Pedro? Oh, man, I saw Pedro earlier, and I totally did not say hi to Pedro. He said he was driving and listening to the live stream. Doing homework. Ugh. It's the worst thing about any kind of school is homework. I hate homework. Like, just make me stay there and do it. Like, I hate going home. Like, I was just there all day. Like, why do I have to go home and like do homework now? That's why I think it was recently they started to say, I mean, I'm pretty sure Pedro is doing like college type homework, but I'm pretty sure like they said that they were going to stop having like, high school and junior high type homework. And I was like, heck yeah, man. Like, why are they there for like 8 hours or whatever? And then they got to go home and like do a bunch more hours of work. Which, by the way, I never did my homework when I was in school. I didn't do a dang bit of homework.
I don't even remember doing homework like ever.
No, they told me I had to do it. Like, I got in trouble so much. I failed a couple classes because I didn't do the homework. And they were like, all you have to do is do the homework and you'll pass the class. And I'm like, I'm not doing homework. Like, when I get home, that's my time. I'm going to like play hockey with my friends, or I'm going to like ride my bike, or, do whatever.
You played hockey?
I played roller hockey, and I played hockey.
For some reason, I can't see you doing that. Like, I mean, no,
I did.
But
I mean, we weren't like full on. It wasn't like real hockey where like you like.
I played on 2 teams when I was growing up.
We never Well, no, we never. I didn't play it on ice, and we didn't check each other. That was like the rules. Like, you
didn't check yourself before you wrecked yourself, or what?
Oh, I probably checked myself. We actually played at my neighbor's house 2 doors down. He had a tennis court. So it was like a big fenced in area, and we just took the net down, and we had to like just be mindful of the 2 giant posts that held the tennis court net up. But we would put our goals on either side and just go at it. I mean, we'd have like 20, 30 people there, and we just rotate people in and out. And, sometimes it was always mixed. It was some people where they only would play like just with their shoes, and other people would play with rollerblades, or, whatever. They would switch off, but yeah, we had like people with like full on, like all the goalie gear. We had like everything, like pretty much everything. And not only that, but everybody was so into it. Oh, and one of the
ow, fucker.
Wait, what's it?
Oh, he's eating chips.
Nice. He would. I was thinking like the kid that I went to school with who owned the local sports store. I thought he was playing with us, but no, I don't think he did. I think the people I played with just were that much into it, because they would show up like, I got all my goalie gear, and I've also got like 6 extra sticks. So there's like 3, right hand, and like, or 2 right hand.
Did you ever play? Oh no, you said you didn't do it, but like when I was like little and playing hockey, we'd all go to the outdoor rink because it's winter 8 months out of the year here, and we'd all throw our sticks in the middle. And someone would go there and just throw sticks on either side, and that would be like your team. So your stick was on this side, you're on this team, your stick was on that. And that's how we would play. I one time played, like, I got like a busted up lip, and like my eye was like all cut up because this one dude who played for the University of Manitoba Bisons, I was kicking his ass because I was dangling all around him, and because I was tiny and like agile, and he got so pissed off that he like went after me, like literally went after me. It was awesome. I loved it. Like I literally, and I got fake teeth because of playing just street hockey or just shinny on the ice. Yeah, that's how hard we went. Like we don't fuck around when it comes to that shit here.
Yeah, we were just screwing around. We didn't go hard.
No, we were like if you can imagine, just intense. You're not gonna find anything up there, man.
Oh, and also, I think you would find this kind of funny, Susie. Every single, like, I'm right-handed, and every single thing that I do is right-handed, except hockey. I'm
Well,
left-handed.
well, yeah, like that's like me too. Like I write with my right, but the only thing I do with my right hand, well, not the only thing, but the is I write with my right hand. But then everything else is left hand. Like I golf with my left hand. I play hockey left-handed. I'm baseball left-handed.
See, I'm right-handed in every single thing except for hockey. That's my only left-handed thing. Like when it comes to hockey, I like total left-handed. And that's because the first time I played hockey,
Well, how do you golf with your right and play hockey with your left? Like that literally makes no sense.
I have no clue.
It's the
That's,
exact same thing. You just choke up on the stick a little bit more. That's what she said. I was kidding.
well, no, I don't know what that. Well, I know what it was. It was I never played hockey, and when I showed up, they're like, "Oh yeah, you should play," and I'm like, "Okay," and all they had was a left-handed stick. So I just started playing left-handed, and then next thing you know, I'm left-handed in hockey. Like I tried with a right-hand stick, and it doesn't work for me. Like I think it's just because I started and I played for so long that it's just like the opposite. Like, but like golf, no, right-handed. I've played golf right-handed.
See, but golf, like hockey players are like known to be really good golfers, and I don't see how you can golf right-handed and play hockey left-handed. Kate, you're going down because it's like essentially the same thing.
Right.
This way or this way, like it's the exact same. Like your dominant hand is your left, which is what mine is, except for writing. I write with my right, but I play everything else like baseball, golf, hockey, everything left-handed.
No, and it should be. I should be, like,
That is
swinging the stick like this, but for some reason I can only do it that way and with any kind of precision.
Well, there's your problem. Your freaking slap shot is shit.
Well, obvious. I've got a hockey stick in the garage, by the way. I can go grab that sucker. I'm not gonna probably look any better, but at least I'll have a hockey stick in my hand when I just flail it around. Oh, I totally forgot to send Eric a link. I said I was waiting for you to get
Eric a link. I was actually going to ask you.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to get back, and then because I was just holding
you were too super intrigued by the conversation we're having about left-handed and right-handed. Southpaw, and I don't know. They call left-handed southpaw, but then what do they call right-handeds? No offense to anybody, like it's not like a racist thing or anything. Look at Eric's waiting on the link. Go do it.
Sorry, I just sent it. Oh, JDS is waiting on the link.
No.
Wait.
Eric is waiting on the link. JDS asked him what's up. Come on.
Well, I can send JDS a link.
Masturbators. Oh, well, you know what? I will not argue with that.
I can send JDS a link if he wants to.
I would love it if JDS came on.
Well, like I said, if anybody wants on,
just dead though. No shame. You got that right, Chad. No shame. You got to do what you got to do. I mean, Men have needs, women have needs. It's all the same. I'm not decent right now. Yeah, well, if it's not one thing, it's the other, right?
But good question. Do you think we're decent right now? I mean, I'm sure he's talking about like clothing, but
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about just in general.
I'm decent. Somewhat, I guess. I love it. So convicted, and then it's like lower, lower, lower. When I first tell you I'm up here, and then when you get me to shut up, I'm like down here. Susie is. I don't know about Rev. Oh, shots fired. Pew, 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 pew.
What kind of off the rails are you talking about in Fury? Oh, well, Eric will be here shortly.
Oh my god. Oh my god, my favorite. Yes, I love JDS so much. Listen to Crazy Train every morning when you wake up.
Oh, going off the rails on a crazy train. Damn,
For some reason, yeah. Oh, there he is. Hey.
Yeah, and I'm live. What's going on, everybody?
Where's Beth? Hey.
Beth, Susie said hi.
Oh, sorry for that.
She's in here. She's got Acre. She's back and forth.
I see all the kids running around. Yeah.
Yeah. I tried to. Yeah, there they are.
Beth.
Hey, you. Hi, baby.
Yeah, I'm crawling everywhere
Oh,
now.
he is a crazy man.
Happy 7-month birthday.
Oh, do you hear that?
He is a wild man.
Yeah, he is. I don't remember any of the other kids at. Well, he started at like 6 months. That just everywhere crawling. That young. Most of my kids either walk right at their birthday or after their birthday.
That's
And I
about
think he's
that.
gonna be,
Yeah, he's gonna be walking in like 2 or 3 months.
Oh, I was running. My mom said all I did was crawl, and I went from crawl to run.
That's same as me, exact thing. Crawl to run. I ran like across the room like the first time I ever walked.
I guess my niece, my brother's girl, she walked at 7 months old.
Yeah, that it does happen. Like honestly.
I don't know how early I was walking, but I know at 10 months old I was walking because that's when I got burned.
Oh dang, that's young too. Because most of my kids walk. My oldest, I remember walking on his birthday, and that's what I did too. Was walked on my birthday.
They were all
Right at their birthday or right after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here he comes, little monkey man.
Yeah, well, I didn't take no for an answer. Like when my sister was born, because I was adopted, right? And then as soon as I was adopted, my mom got pregnant with my sister. Like we're not even a year apart. And as soon as she came in the house, I was like literally running everywhere for attention.
Okay.
Yeah. I was like, hell no, this little bitch ain't coming in here.
Do you think you know at that young of age that wasn't your real mom and didn't?
Yeah, I knew like my entire life. Yeah, I didn't really understand what it meant until I was older, of course. But no, they never kept that from me. And yeah, no, that was the best thing that could have been for me because my parents were amazing and I grew up really well. I met my biological dad just a couple of years ago, and we don't talk now because he's a field member and he really is really mean to me. And my biological mom, well, that's another story on its own. But no way, Mark, you were adopted too? Holy crap, we got a lot in common then. Wow. But yeah, no, I knew my entire life, and my mom and I sat down when I was 18. We like got a room at like a really, really nice hotel here, and we did a spa day. We ordered like pizza, wings, we got beer, and she told me about everything, like the details. I mean, and yeah, and that was probably one of the best days of my life.
You know, I wasn't adopted or anything, but my parents split up when I was 4 years old, and I went and lived with my grandparents on their big farm. And I lived there until I was 12 years old. So basically, my grandparents raised me like I was their kid.
Like you were, yeah, like you were theirs. Yeah, exactly. That's so awesome. So, like, how do you feel about that? Like, are your parents?
You know, I loved it at the time. You know, that's where I wanted to be because that's where I wanted to be. Because I had the choice to live with my mom or my dad or my grandparents, and I chose my grandparents just because of the way they lived on the farm, and I just loved it.
Been raised by them, basically, almost. I mean, is that correct to say, or?
But you know, it sucks when you're a kid growing up. Like if you play sports, like they was too old to play sports, so I had to teach my own self how to play sports, like baseball and basketball and football and stuff. That kind of sucked. But other than that, I loved it. I don't regret it.
My parents actually put me into like for hockey, especially like hockey was like my jam, right? And my parents were very well off. Like they were very well off. And they put me into every camp, every school. Like I went to an all boys school in grade 8, just specifically for hockey. Like my entire report card was hockey. And there was only like 40 kids in the entire school. It was out in the country, and the rink was in the bottom, and then the top 2 rooms were our classes. So hockey was every morning, and then every afternoon it was school.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but we never had a report card for school.
Right.
You moved on at your own pace.
Wow.
And that totally got me ready for like high school, because I was doing like grade 11 work when I was in grade 8. You know what I mean?
Well, I'll tell you about schools though. Just talking about that right there was when I lived with my grandparents. It was in a small town down by Kentucky, within like 10-minute drive, and you're in Kentucky. And they were so backward. They had H pluses for A pluses. You know, most kids' report cards had A pluses. This school had H pluses, and I moved back just for a year with my dad to Linton, which is where he lived, which is up more northern part of Indiana. And they was so much far advanced. I got held back because this school was so backward that we was just barely learning our alphabets. Where you went to Linton, they was already spelling words out. So it got me held back because I was so far behind because of that school. It was
just like
far behind.
No shit. Mark, sorry, I got a comment on his. He went to Notre Dame. I went to Notre Dame also. In Wilcox, Saskatchewan. I went there as well for hockey. So, by the way, you'll see me on the wall.
Did he go to South Bend, Notre Dame, or was he talking about Notre Dame, High School Notre Dame? I can't see the chat.
Notre Dame was a hockey school. That's where
You know, Notre Dame, if you're here from Indiana, that's one of the biggest football colleges in the world.
Yeah, no. I know, like in the States, but this is in Wilcox, Saskatchewan, where they literally don't even have a gas station in the town.
Yeah, nice.
When I went there. And all they had was the like little general store would have Notre Dame like sweaters and sweatpants and all the merchandise that you can have. And yeah, I played hockey there. So that was, yeah. And it was, we used to sneak out of the dorms and go into Regina to like go to the movie theater or whatever it was. And if we got caught, we would have to run like 6 miles in the morning before class. That is hilarious, Mark. That is like, fuck, small world, man. Small world.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers. No kidding. Someone's.
Like I'm glad I live with my grandparents because they taught me a lot of different morals and respects about nature and growing stuff and all kinds of cool stuff. So I kind of lived. Then I feel like I lived an awesome life. My brother actually stayed and lived with my dad because that's who he wanted. We had our choice of who we wanted to live with, and that's who I chose to be with. And then at the age of 12 going on 13, my grandparents got too old. They couldn't take care of me like they should have, you know what I'm saying, because they got to be in their 80s and such.
Well, my grandparents are almost 100 and still kicking.
My grandma was born in 1913, if that tells you how old she was.
Yeah, okay, I got you. My grandfather was born in 1921, and he'll almost be 100, and he just, what happened? He just had a heart attack or something, and my Nana just had a hip replacement, and she's up there as well.
1913 was the worst year in America. We got the income tax, and we got the IRS, and we got the Federal Reserve.
1913, I saw something about that because I was like, my grandma was born in that year.
Well, wasn't that around the Civil War era?
No, that's later.
It was December 23rd, 1913.
The Civil War happened in 1800s and something. So
Civil
it was around
War
30.
Civil War
1883?
No, 1865.
Oh, okay.
I think it ended in 1865, if I'm correct.
Ended in 1865.
I believe so because Lincoln was president. I think he died in 1863 because Kennedy died in 1963, and there's all those correlations between the two.
You're right. I'll have to remember that now. The reference when the Civil War was.
Sorry, you gotta make my boy Mark here a mod. Because him and I went to the same school, probably at the same time. I wouldn't even doubt it. I honestly wouldn't even doubt it. That's just...
That'd be crazy if you guys was in the same grade together.
How old are you, Mark?
Civil War was 1861 to 1865. Oh, wow. April 12th.
Only 2 years was the Civil War?
No, it was 4 years, but it was April 12th, 1861 to April 9th, 1865. So it was less than 4 years.
Just shy. It was almost, might as well say 4 years. Those guys probably felt like it was 20 years. Well, JDS joined. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
My dear.
Oh, and haircut.
What's up, Lisa? She's always here.
What's up, Lisa? Yeah, I'll hook Mark up in a second.
Okay, hold on. My husband's grandfather was born in 1900. Holy crap. Is he still alive? You're not 55, I know that. But you're 1980, so you're 9 years older than I am. Okay, so we definitely didn't go there at the same time.
So he's 2 years younger than me. Or wait, no, maybe he went there in 1980.
Oh, wait. Yeah, okay, yeah, that would make sense then.
It's still daylight where JDS is. That's cool. It's dark where me live. And Susie are.
It's really 8.
Yeah, no, I'm about 25 years bigger than you are. That's so.
Oh, dang, got a nice pepper going on.
What is that, a ricotta?
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
I can never grow
I'm
that.
happy that I even guessed that correctly.
It's the rounded type.
Yeah.
They look like apples. Watch, I'll show you guys real quick.
Yes, please.
Can you see the picture right there?
Yeah.
Loud and clear.
These are the ricotas.
That's a fatty.
Yeah, there's some big ones down here. Look at it. Wait up.
How did you get those motherfuckers to grow, man?
This is my my overwinter plant. But I have these. I have like 5 of them that I started. These 2 are orange manzanos, and I got 2 more right here.
I want those too.
Yeah.
Show us the rest of your garden then. Like, what are you most proud of this season so far, other than what you just showed us?
Probably my other ricotta. This one right here. It hasn't given me any fruit yet, but it looks pretty good.
Yeah,
the double bucket.
Nice, dude. I would like my lemon starbursts that are ripening up. I can't wait to try one of those. They're just starting to turn yellow.
Yeah, I've already lost like fucking like 8 or 10 plants.
Oh,
and
dang.
fucking pest and shit. So trying to take care of these ones as much as I can.
Oh, they look
yourself, buddy.
And then this one right here, I don't know what this one is.
It looks like a bubblegum variety almost.
The phenols are different. Look, I don't know. Looks like I don't even know.
But maybe I'll give you a shout out here in a little bit.
Yeah, those are crazy fusions.
And these ones right here. I think I sent a picture to Eric. These ones.
What are those, ghosts?
Whoa.
No, it's a Fatale X. Yeah.
Nice.
This is my lemon starburst.
Yeah.
Yeah, my lemon starburst like took
That one
off
too.
like literally overnight.
But my lemon starburst is a monster.
Yeah, I seen it in that little card thing you got, huh?
Yeah, it's a monster. It's starting to ripen. I mean, the one in the boat's the one that's going to be a monster.
Yeah, the boat one. Look at this one. I
Uh-huh.
don't even know what this one
It's
is.
done, but there must be something in the having a flatter, bigger surface area than there is a deeper, shorter.
Hold on,
surface
JDS.
area.
Sorry, Eric. You might want to just pull off those leaves at the bottom there. Just like take them off because you're gonna get they're gonna rot if you don't. Yeah.
But I noticed something with because I planted 2 starbursts at the same time, but in 2 different containers. The one in the trash can, it's staying the size around as the trash can, but the one that's in the boat that has a bigger surface area is actually spreading out and being twice as big bushy. So I think there's something to do with that there.
Is that a ground cherry?
No, this is a papaya.
Oh,
Nice.
It's in the double bucket. It's doing pretty good. There's 2 of them in there.
Those grow pretty quick, don't they? I've seen people on YouTube growing papayas, and it seemed like they grow pretty quick.
Yeah, I started them from seed too.
They would go really good in California.
they grow anywhere that's hot. Yeah.
Because I watched, I can't think of their the channel's name, but this lady lives in California, and she grows everything in like different totes and everything.
Cali Kim?
No, not
Oh,
Kelly
I
Kim.
love Kelly Kim, man. I love her.
I know her, but it's not Kelly Kim. I'm trying to think of the name, but she grows everything in California, but everything she grows is in different totes, and she just keeps.
Look up Back to Eden. Like that.
Back to Eden. Yeah, that works good unless you live in a hot, humid climate, and then you get all kinds of disease pressure.
He hasn't watered his farm in 26 years because of the mulch that he uses.
Yeah, and it's not just because of the wood chips; it's all about the chicken poop that's in it with it.
And his dogs, he never feeds his dogs because his dogs just go out to the farm and eat whatever they want. Like that's. And his 14-year-old chocolate lab, did you see him? His 14-year-old chocolate lab has no white hairs at all. Yes, Mark, I will answer that question for you right now. He says, should I pull the low leaves off my pepper plants? Yes, because you don't need them because they're not getting sunlight, so there's no photosynthesis being made. B, you want to get air to everything. Yeah, absolutely. Pull off your lower leaves. Pull off the that's what I do.
Like my lemon starburst is so thick with leaves, you can't even. It's hard to find the peppers. And I've actually cut up tons of them off and blended them up and made a smoothie out of them. And you can feed your plants
your pepper leaves for like salads and stuff. They're delicious. Yes, absolutely, 100%. That's just my advice, Mark. Yes, 100%. Take off, and the less foliage you have, the more energy that's going to go to the actual pod itself. So.
But that's a thing too, because you got to have those leaves too to get energy from the sun. So it's kind of a double negative there.
The top leaves, like you can have the top leaves for that. The bottom leaves, I say, and the big leaves, like the ones that are like this big, take them off. Take them off. They're not doing anything for your plant anymore.
Or another thing that you could do is the same thing like the pot guys do, is you want to like try to lay your plant down on its side. That way the lower leaves will actually start growing off into their own branches. And
that starts getting into like shaping into bonsai and stuff. And you don't have to do that when it's in the ground. Like if you just want to like have a plant, grow it, have some peppers, do that.
Yes, that's who I'm always
have peppers. I've got Dracula peppers that are beautiful.
Nice to meet you.
Yep.
Hey, Beth. That's my girl.
Get JDS to come to Indiana sometime since he's never been out of state of California. You can stay with me.
Do it.
Hell yeah. Eric getting tattoos live on the live stream.
All right, if I don't got any tattoos on my body, if I see somebody giving me one, I'll let JDS do it.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, I might do it in a few days.
Oh, wait, no. If JDS actually goes to Indiana, like all of us have to go to Indiana. Like we'll all get tattoos.
There we go. I'll get drunk, get tattoos, and party it up.
We just start making it rain on JDS, just throwing money at him. Like, yeah. I also thought about this on like one of my arms, and I also thought about this.
Brad, take him up, Prince.
Oh, my bad. Call.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like
yes, your channel's growing huge.
Yeah, I know. I've been trying to fucking get people, trying to grow more.
Okay.
Heck yeah.
I was the R-rated version of that. Yeah.
Yeah. I just started like 18 more pepper varieties the other day.
Nice.
Are you you're gonna overwinter those and then for next year what?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna build like a small little greenhouse like I did last year.
You should make like videos of that and stuff.
I don't show my greenhouse now because after I took all my starts out of it, it's just a fucking jungle of weeds and everything. It's too hot to go in there and fucking want to work and do anything. Even in the morning, if you go in there even in the morning, it's fucking, I'm not working on this motherfucker.
I love that. I love the heat. I like thrive for the heat.
You wasn't here with the humidity.
Yeah, but you're way
the heat's not what gets you, it's the humidity.
If you think we don't get hot here in the summer, you guys are mistake. Yes, we are in like the winter capital of the world pretty much. But in the winter, it gets like to be 35, 40 degrees Celsius outside with all the humidity that you even need.
You mean summer?
Sorry, what did I say?
You said winter.
Well, I'm used to saying that
because I was expecting you to say like -60.
Yeah,
I know Rev knows what I'm talking
plus
about.
40 in the summer. Okay, sorry, my bad.
I don't know if JDS knows it or not, but that humidity, when you walk out, it actually feels like the air is actually biting.
Yeah, you get like a film of sweat like instantly.
And it feels like it's biting. It's like, oh man, I can't stand to be out in this shit.
Suffocated almost. It's like,
oh yeah,
and it's like, oh my god, and everything is just still, and it's like beads of sweat everywhere. Yeah, no, 100%. I agree. I hate the humidity, but the humidity is good for the plants at least.
Yeah, especially for the grass and weeds.
Oh, our grass is like brown as shit. Like we haven't had any fucking rain this year. Any.
Oh, we mowed just a couple of days ago. Nice mow, and it grew this much in like 3 days. 3 days, it grew like 4 or 5 inches in 3 days. I'm like, how in the fuck, man? My plants can't grow that fucking quick. I mean, it's like amazing.
I wish. Is it green?
Oh yeah, green. I did a short video yesterday showing where we mowed right in front of the garden. After it was 3 days, we mowed, and 3 days later. Okay, it was 2 days, and you can see it had already grown like, yeah, like that. Within just a few days, it was amazing.
Damn.
These are my tomatoes.
Because we don't like mowing our yard, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, what's up, Sal? Hey, you want to come on?
All right, Sal's awesome. Bring Sal on here.
Mm-hmm.
He's knowledgeable.
Yeah, 100%. I will vouch for Sal. Let's get him on here. Those are your tomatoes? What kinds?
Yeah.
What kinds are they?
I have like 10 different varieties. This is like a Brad's Atomic Grape.
Yeah.
This one's the Baldinger. Wait, let me see.
What variety is a Baldinger?
Yeah, look at it grows two in each one.
Variety.
Oh, is that one that's supposed to get huge because they got the conjoined flowers together?
Yeah, look, you see it?
Yeah,
the balls, the little testes.
It's
actually a glacier tomato.
Blossoms is what it's called.
Glacier tomato.
Glacier.
Yeah.
I grew glaciers last year. It's supposed to be early.
Yeah. They're all kind of like
in Alaska. What was the Alaska ones we grew?
I've only grown 5 varieties of tomatoes this year.
I've grew probably fucking 500 varieties of tomatoes in the past 20 plus years, if not more than that.
I'm growing San Marzano, lemon tomatoes, beefsteak, and then one variety I can never remember the name of, and then my chocolate cherry tomatoes. I
think we got close to 20 some 30.
Well, my chocolate cherries are the brown ones, and they are so good with fermented hot sauces. You put those in there, oh my gosh, and salsa. Oh.
Soaps and Subs sent me a variety pack of that from somebody. I've got some purple ones that I mean. Yeah. Decent size, like purple ones with stripes. I don't know what the fuck they're.
Those are probably the chocolate cherries then, because that sounds about right.
Like they're deep purple with deep purple stripes into the green, and I don't know what they are.
Yeah, no, that's
the little ones that's real purple is either like the Dancing with Smurfs or blueberries or whatever. They sent me all kinds of cool heirloom tomatoes.
What is that? Is that a brown-eyed Susan?
No, it's a Velvet Queen.
Oh, okay.
This is my sunflower patch.
Yeah, I see that.
Our sunflowers are starting to come up good now.
Watch.
We bought some skyscrapers, but they never popped up, and the seed looked real long and crazy looking. But none of them popped. It's supposed to be it's called, no, not Pike's Peak.
Yep.
We tried a bunch of different ones.
Yeah, I got to start more stuff, probably like vegetables.
Yeah, see, JDS is in the climate. He's got seasons that he can grow continuously all the time.
Yeah, a lot of my shit though, like I started,
we can't do that.
a lot of mine that I started, they all died from the heat. Like I guess it's too hot or something. I don't know. Or I just suck at growing vegetables or something.
No, there's a million reasons when shit don't mean you're a bad gardener when shit dies.
What is
like this lettuce right here or spinach. I have it under the shade cloth and it's still bolted.
Yeah, that's just the spinach. Say seed from.
What is your soil composed of, man?
It's actually I got it from the what's it called? Nursery. I had like 2 yards delivered. It has all kinds of good stuff in it, like fucking.
Yeah, I was gonna say you like
looks like
what your own seeds is all I gotta say to make stuff better.
What do you got in there? Like perlite, vermiculite?
Yeah.
You don't need that.
You don't need rocks if you've got perlite, but I would prefer vermiculite to perlite because it soaks up the water as well. Compost, manure, like
peat moss.
Peat moss takes forever to work.
Well, peat moss or coconut coir. It's probably peat moss.
Forever to water because it soaks up everything. Like you literally have to stand there in water for like 40 minutes because
on peat moss stuff.
You will never get to the roots. It always stays right on top of the soil. Like it's so fucking frustrating. Like I'll stand there with the hose for like 40 minutes and I'll stick my finger in the soil and it's like not even wet, like 2 inches and then plus down. It's like not even wet.
But once it actually soaks in, and then it will stay wet for like the next week. Yeah, I understand that. Which is why we need a rainfall.
We don't need no more rainfall. I'm trying to get my stuff to dry out.
Out of my neck. That's how frustrated I am.
I wish I could send Susie like half the rain that we just had and let my stuff dry out. I lost a huge patch of sweet corn. It just rotted in the ground because it was so wet. I mean, it was just flooded over. And I've grown the worst sweet corn patch I've ever grown this year just because of all the rain. When the corn's sitting underwater, it doesn't get no oxygen to the roots.
Yeah, nothing. Well, and
now the deer are coming up and eating it, nibbling on it.
Well, the same thing with the peppers. They've got air roots, they've got water roots. Water roots are trying to go deeper, and the air roots stay at the top.
Well, that's what ants are good for, and worms too. We've got a lot of worms. We've been getting a lot of rain. Thank the Lord, Mark. Okay, maybe we're going to get your rain. But I doubt that because everything that the weather says, you can expect the opposite.
Picking duck. I gotta grab one for JDS. We can mate them together. Oh, he's got a boy one too. Because the tails.
Are you gonna eat that, or are you gonna just leave it?
I think they're all dudes, so I don't know what.
They're dudes. If they got a curled back tail on their ass, that's a dude.
Are you gonna eat it?
Is there what? No,
I just got a curled back tail. It's a dude. That back feather's curled. That's a dude. I
just got him for my daughter because she wanted duck. So I got him.
That's a dude duck. Curled back feather. Ain't it, Beth? Yeah, it's a dude.
You want some our Indian runner?
There's 3 of them.
I got like Indian runner duck. Grab that thing.
Let's see if I can put. I don't know if I can put the flash. I don't think I can put flash.
Well,
that's the pecans hollering, just like his. But you buy those ducks and they're always fucking all male ducks. You never hardly ever. We got one out of ton of fucking pecan ducks we bought.
Cut off its head, pluck it, and throw it in the oven.
Yeah, it's don't do nothing to be like ours. I use them just for compost. Is what my ducks are for, making compost. Because they're not gonna do nothing for you. Trust me. If they got just a slight curl on their tail, it's a dude.
That's what I say about men every day.
Yeah, do nothing for you.
Yeah, I've been lagging on trying to get the chicken shit, like the compost. Try to compost it and use it, but I don't know.
Man, I was brewing up this one compost that's still out there. Man, it was like bubbling up and eating the bugs that were landed on it. It was crazy. I'm not kidding, you guys. Check out this Indian runner duck. They're pretty cool.
No way! Look at Beth. He's like afraid of you, Eric.
And when they stand up, they stand straight up.
And their necks are real long.
Oh my god, is it one of those ones where you can like move it around and its head will like stay in the same place?
Yeah.
His head's in the same place.
No, but you're staring at me like that, dude.
They're dirty. They've been playing.
He's got his eye on you, Eric.
Yeah.
I used to have runners. Those things are great. Like literally, they stand straight up.
And then it's funny when you see them running and stuff.
This is my dad.
What? Oh, they're muddy.
Oh no way!
They're muddier than shit.
Yeah, look at this.
This one's muddier than crap.
This is my baby. I saved it. It was almost dead.
Yeah.
What's his
It had
name?
a piece of what was it?
Plastic.
Piece of plastic stuck in its throat and wasn't acting right. And Beth's like, that duck's not acting right. It's muddy. They're out here in the
I love
greenhouse.
his little like waddling feet.
And well, I was saying Beth saved this duck. It's like Beth was like, man, that duck's not acting right. When I was looking at it up and down and finally figured out it was a piece of plastic stuck in its throat. Reached down and pulled it out.
That's so typical. Like I mean, like for all animals now, like they die because of plastic in their stomach like way too much.
There's a piece of plastic in its throat. Yeah, so now from now on, that duck.
You know what? Good on her for figuring it out.
Yeah, I wouldn't have never figured that out. Yeah. Beth there was breathing funny, and she was like, "Man, something's up." And then started looking down its throat and found that piece of plastic in its throat and pulled it out. Beth should have been a veterinarian because she's great with animals.
Oh, that would be awesome. Well, I wouldn't love her anymore, but hey, Sherry.
What's up, Sherry?
I don't think it's possible for me to love Beth anymore, to be honest. But
got you muddy, huh?
Yeah, Sherry McMillan is like my sister, man.
Yeah, Sherry's awesome.
Yeah, love her.
Yeah, you want to hop on, Sherry?
Sherry, come on.
She's taking a rest tonight.
Yeah, that's what she said earlier. But she said she might go live later.
Yeah.
Come on. Oh, no, Susie, sis? Oops, excuse me. Oh no, she said. Yeah, the Notre Dame Hounds. That's exactly what we are. Man, you know what? It's such a small fucking world. Like, I cannot believe that Mark and I went to the team, Oh
yeah,
God.
that'd be cool if somebody was in the chat and they went to Sullivan High School and be like, "Hey, I went to Sullivan." I was like, "Hey,
right?
that'd be so
Like,
yeah."
and you just met him for the first time or something. Like that's so crazy. But this school is in the middle of nowhere, like literally in the middle of nowhere.
That's like the school by us, but our kids don't go to it. They've got a school right here. It's a charter school or something. It used to be a grade school in our town, but they did away with it. Then it went to like this charter, like a private charter school.
But this one was like an elite school. Like
yeah, this is where the kids that had trouble learning and got problems go to. So the teachers can help them.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to like. I don't want to like offend you or anything. But this wasn't like an elite school for like people who were smart. I mean, people who were good at hockey. Like it was an elite sports school.
Oh yeah,
and it was strictly hockey basically.
Yeah, the school by me they call it Rural Academy, and that's where kids who struggle in other schools go to. But it used to be a nice grade school, and I thought, man, my kids going to grade school would be awesome. Then they closed the public schools down right when we moved here, and I was like, well, our kids would never get to experience this awesome grade school. So we sent them to. Now they got to get up at. What time you guys say? 6 o'clock to catch the bus at 6:30.
Oh, Jesus.
You guys saying that, like, all I kept thinking was, if you went to the same high school I went to, especially at the same time, I'm probably gonna block you. You better be pretty damn cool, because otherwise I'll block you.
Why? Is that because everybody rejected you?
There was a lot of assholes, but no, I went to a school. There was like 1,000 people that graduated with
I never had that like bullying thing like toward me.
Oh yeah, no, I had that.
Phaedra says, JDS, I just got blooms, so I'm anticipating to see what I get. And Lisa's still in the house.
Yeah.
And Pedro also says, Robus, you're still number one. Rob number one.
And Barnyard Chicken, that is Lisa. Lisa's awesome, and she's always in the chat, no matter what. Like, she's always there.
Hi, Lisa.
She's always in the background. She might not say anything, but she's always there.
She's always been there for like the past year that we've been going live.
Yeah.
Well, over a year, I guess we've been going live for more than that, but yeah.
We actually managed to get her live on one of the.
Yes,
I remember that.
I remember that.
I was on that one.
Yeah.
And Eric was there too. Yeah, definitely we did.
We could do it again. You want to go live?
Yeah.
Lisa, come live with us.
Break up the sausage party.
Woo.
Can you take us a tour around your new garden beds that you got?
Hello. Just because I eat sausage doesn't mean I have it. It's not always what you eat, you know.
I just meant that there's more guys than chicas.
Hey, stay here.
I'm sure that's what you meant. Don't try to backpedal yourself out of this one.
Oh, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say I'm horrible at backpedaling, but yeah, I think everybody knows that one.
So what's the temperature like there, JDS, in California?
Let me update her real quick.
Send her the links then.
Today, I think it was like 94, the high.
But no humidity, though?
No, it's not humid. Like, over here, it's just hot. It doesn't
It's
get
like
humid.
a dry heat.
Yeah, dry heat.
Yeah.
It's 72 right now.
Oh, that's a nice, comfortable temperature then.
It's 22 degrees Celsius here right now. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. I'm going to take a wild guess and say it's about 81.
Would you say 20 or wait?
22.
22. Alexa, what is 22 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit? It's the only reason I use Alexa.
22 degrees Celsius is 71.6 degrees Fahrenheit.
76.
71.6, wasn't that?
I think she said 76.
And, it is what it is.
That's where that. Whoa, that's weird. Dude, that's weird as heck. Okay, so where my parents live in Pittsburgh.
Weird as heck. Yeah, it's weird as heck.
Where I live, where my parents live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Like, I'm in North Carolina, where my parents live in Pennsylvania, in Pittsburgh, and where you live, all are the exact same temperature, all 76.
Yeah, 71.6, exactly what Mark just said, yeah.
What's our temperature, Beth? My computer's so slow I don't do shit very quick. So. 71. All right, so we're 71 degrees.
I think the next couple days just go off just a little bit.
I hope so. It's been just so hot and nasty here that you don't want to go out and weed or do anything in the garden. I can tell you that. I'm like, if the weeds want to grow that bad, let them grow.
We went out about 7:30 and it's still freaking.
Yeah, we went out about 7:30 to try to do some stuff, and it was so hot. It's like, man, you just don't feel like doing anything out in the garden when it's like that. You walk out there, just to walk out there, and you're pouring sweat down. It's like, man, it already dragged you out, but just to walk out to the garden. I know Rev knows what I'm talking about with the humidity when it's like that.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's so freaking hot. Like, well, it was for like the longest time until it started storming this weekend. Then it actually, the temperature went from like 100 down to like 70 something. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so much better.
Tomorrow's going to be 90, 91, 83 on Thursday.
Okay, no, so we got 2 more days in the 90s and hot, humid until Thursday. 83. I knew it was supposed to start cooling down, but yeah, 90s with the hot, humid. It's just, it feels like the air's biting you when you walk out there.
Oh no, right now is the lowest that it's going to be. It's 74, and the lowest it's going to be is 76. Or no, it's 74 tomorrow, 76 in a week. But no, it's going to be in the 80s for like the entire week. 82 or 84, 82, 83, 86, 88, 86. So that's not bad because it's been in the hundreds. Like it's been like approximately like 100.
What's the highest you guys get, Rev?
Oh, we'll get like 110, 115, something like that. But it's like 100% humidity too.
Oh.
We barely make 100 degrees most of the time. Our hottest is most of the time it's in the 90s. But boy, with the humidity, it's just like Rev's got it. That's what gets you. I don't know. I don't think JDF's ever experienced humidity.
No.
If he lives in California.
Oh man, humidity is like where it's at.
California,
the temperature is. It could be like 80 degrees, but you got 100% humidity, and it feels like 100 plus degrees. Like
that's when you sweat.
Unbearable.
It's like damp and hot.
Dude, you can't walk outside, and all of a sudden you're like, "Damn, I did nothing. I'm wet."
Sweat. Like
yeah. You look down, you're like, "What the heck, man?" Like you just have sweat all over, and
your shirt would be soaked, and you hadn't did nothing.
Yeah, you just walked outside. Like literally, you haven't done any exercise, nothing, and you're like covered.
Yeah, and I'm not a sweating kind of person either.
Me neither.
Like, I normally don't.
Really?
Yeah, for the most part, when it's hot out, I'm like, oh yeah, you never see like pit stains or like weird things like that.
Yeah,
none of that ever happens. But with the humidity, oh my God, my entire shirt is drenched, and my
humidity
pants are drenched.
Our humidity right now is 83%.
Yeah, that's high.
Yeah, and it's also
we've been having like 99% humidity. Be like in the lower 90s with like almost 100% humidity.
When I was at my dad's house in Arizona, and it was 116 degrees Fahrenheit, and I was outside in the heat, I wasn't even sweating because it was dry. But here, it can be 70 degrees, and I'll be going outside and I'll be sweating.
There you go. My humidity, 100%.
Yeah.
I was wondering.
I mean, it makes stuff grow good, though.
Yeah. But it kind of sucks to be like walking around in. Although we're at the beach, so there's always a breeze. So that's always good.
And then you get sand and crevices you didn't even know existed because it's so hot and humid.
Yeah, and humid because now you're all moist, and now all of a sudden there's sand sticking to things.
Yeah. Like, how did I
Sticking
get
to your butt
here?
cheeks.
I didn't even go into the sand. How?
Oh, you have no idea. I have like a layer of sand on my floorboards of my truck, and I'm like, how did this even get here? I haven't even been to the.
I was in the parking lot. Yeah.
Like, I haven't been where there's sand. Like, I don't even get why I have like a
The
whole layer
worst
of
is
sand.
when people are at the beach and they take their towel and like shake it out, and it's like the wind is coming towards you, and it's like the sand. You're like, and you're like, excuse me. I really don't.
Well,
think
it's almost midnight here, and his sun's just now going down in California.
Well, no, it's 9:52 where he is,
Or no, wait,
or
8:52.
Yeah, 8:52.
Oh damn! Yeah, no kidding. The sun would still be up at my place too.
Yeah, my son's been down for quite a long time.
My son's been
But I
down.
also live like there's so many trees around here that like on the beach it might be like
I just heard
9
gunshots.
o'clock that it gets dark, but around here it's like 8:30, 8:15.
I remember that one live stream with it's just our private live stream. Rev's sun was coming up, and here was a little bit longer. Here, my son started coming up because he's east of me. I was like, well, mine will be coming up here pretty soon. What? Remember that, Rev?
Yeah.
10:53 here where I am. That's crazy. I'm in a different country, and he's only 2 hours away from me, and he's 3 hours away from you.
But the weird thing was last summer we were doing live streams, and it was like 2 hours past my sunset, and you were still light.
Yeah, the sun like literally just went down, and it's almost 11 o'clock. Like it just fully went down. There's no light anymore. Half an hour ago, there was light in the sky. Like it would have been like where JDS is now.
Yeah, like the sun.
Half an hour ago.
There's not been light in our sky for like 2.5 hours. So that'd be like an hour and a half that you have longer light than I do.
No, she's got the same light because you get it earlier than what she does.
No, our sun comes up at about 5 in the morning. It's on the solstices, like, and in winter.
But it travels. You get it like this. So Rev on the East Coast, you get light before.
Like it's still light there. Like in the winter, our sun comes up at like 9 in the morning and leaves at 4 p.m. But during the summer, our days are longer than yours, so we get more sunlight in the summer than you guys do. It doesn't matter where you are.
Well, that's because the whole tilting of the Earth, too.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at.
Well, that's what I say. The solstices and the axis, yeah.
Earth
Like
is flat.
up north here, they get light 24 hours a day in the summer. 24 hours a day for like months.
Yep, that's where that movie Insomnia came from.
Yeah.
With
So,
Robin Williams.
The higher north you are, the more light that you get on the summer solstice.
Yeah, I think they were in Alaska.
Well, that's like west.
That's how people in Alaska and those northern can grow the biggest cabbages in the world because they get the 24 hours of sun.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm gonna get going.
Hey, later, bud.
Thanks for having me on, Riff.
Thanks for coming out.
Oh, man, thanks for
Talk to
hanging
you guys
on.
later. All right.
Later on, man.
But yeah, I know it's just ridiculous. And in the winter, we get like no light at all, basically. I mean, everything is either overcast or we don't. It's not at all.
That's why it's so frozen there in the winter.
It just seems like the other day, and Susie was taking us out to the snowstorms that she was having.
When my eyelashes froze, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell me about it.
Gas station.
I'm actually like so mad at the passport people that I didn't get to be there while that stuff was going on, because I really wanted to be there and be like,
no, you didn't. I wanted you to be here when it was like minus fucking 50. Like,
yeah, I did
what's
too.
up, John?
What's up, John?
And yeah, no, and you just came at like the complete in between time, and you even went outside. You're like, I could deal with this, and I'm like, you.
Oh, it was nothing. It was like what was it? It was like 30, 40 degrees. So
no, no, it was not 30.
Well, it snowed the one day I was there.
It was
it was pretty cold when
it was like 15 degrees maybe.
No, it wasn't that cold. It was actually really warm. It was like uncannily
it was
warm.
15 degrees. That's warm for us.
Or wait, you're saying you're saying Celsius, I'm saying Fahrenheit. But it was like 30, 40 degrees. Like it really wasn't that cold. And like while I was walking around the city, I'm like, this isn't that bad. And then like I left.
Like hoodies and like
it snowed at JD Bear's house, but not.
Well, yeah, it did that. And then it snowed the same day. It snowed where I was too, but nothing laid on the ground. But
it just melted as soon as it hit the ground.
Yeah. But then like I left, and then like the next, like I swear it was like 3 days after I left, Susie's like, yeah, we got snow on the ground again. And I'm like, what the hell, man? Like I totally missed the snow.
Oh, is that the time she had already put out her plants sitting outside and then?
Yeah.
Well, that was while I was there.
But yeah, no, that was like exactly that time.
No, she put her plants outside and then came and hung out with me, and then
for a week, yeah.
Next thing you know, like her plants are dead. Now she's got to start new ones.
I know, like the second day I was there, I was like, my plants are all outside and no one's gonna take care of them. I guess you're starting from fresh. Yes, I am.
And like I said, it snowed while I was there. I remember one day I looked out the window. I just like woke up and I whipped open the window for the hotel room, and I looked out at that view that I, looked at all like for 8 days, and I was like, what the hell is that? And you just see like snowflakes coming down. I'm like, really? Like it's snowing in April while I'm like late April. Like I was there like the day I left, I think was like the last day of April or something like that. And I was like, really? It's snowing while I'm in Winnipeg.
And remember I came back and I was like, it's snowing. You're like, yeah, I know.
And we're getting to that solar minimum now where everything's starting to get colder instead of warmer.
It is. It's already starting to get cold at night here.
That solar minimum, it's happening throughout the whole world to where the Earth's
and
changing.
Nobody believes in climate change.
I was a month late planting because of the weather. I usually can plant in the 1st of May. It was almost the end of May or 1st of June. And it was like the past 2 years now.
Well, I planted mine at the end of May, like most of them too. And they were all like, that's not good enough anymore. Like I would have to wait till like the first weekend in June or even the second, like next summer is what I'm going to do, because it's so fucking ridiculous. Like the weather has been so stupid.
The grand solar minimum is what it's called. And that's what we're in, where everything's starting to get, in our lifetime, everything will be getting colder instead of warmer.
Yeah, it's like the eye of the storm.
So, because I can already tell, I've been gardening since I was a teenager, and I can already tell the difference in the weather patterns, especially the past 2 years. Our springs are a lot colder than what they have been than usual. The past 2 years, there's a big difference in the climate.
I 100% agree. I mean, before I could plant my plants like first week in May. Now I have to wait till the first week of June. And now it's already July and it's already getting colder at night. So I literally have like a 2-month spot out for my plants outside.
Yeah, that sucks.
Where normally I would have like 4 months.
That's from the grand solar minimum. Everybody's gonna have to start getting used to growing cooler weather crops. Like,
well, my plants are like super hardened off because I've been putting them out since May, and so they're used to like colder weather as well. But I mean, I could normally go into like end of September. Now I think it'll be like August, like mid-August.
oh dang,
when my plants will start dying off.
Pretty on the book about by October 15th. That's when we get our first frost, killing frost where I live. October, you can almost count it. By October 15th, everything's gonna be dead.
Yeah, that's my birthday.
I've did that for years, and that's always the date that sticks in my head. By October 15th, you're gonna get that killing frost.
And all the leaves will start yellowing and browning, and none of your pods will keep growing. That's when you got to pick everything off. Yeah. Yeah. Well, last year, yeah, like I said, like last season, it was like mid-September or even like toward the end of September when my plants started dying off, and I picked like all the rest of the peppers, like whatever, and they ripened when they were inside, but. I think it's even going to be worse this year. I mean, maybe not, but yeah. See, Sherry says like they've had so much rain, but no, we haven't had any rain. It's been so goddamn dry.
And we're getting all your rain. It's just dumping down south.
Well, yeah, send some up here then, because we need.
I wish I could.
My garden freaking needs it.
We've had so much rain, it ain't been funny. I don't remember this type of rain where it rains for weeks on end.
Well, it's funny because
like not just a little sprinkle, it's like coming down.
I don't remember it ever being this dry for us. And it's funny because you're just south of me. Like southeast.
Yeah.
But and all of our weather, like all of our winds are going northeast. So technically, we should be getting all of, like your weather, if not just the tip of it. But
yeah, because that's the way the weather pattern moves. Yeah, and you're missing all of it. It's just shooting down. I see Wisconsin and Minnesota and all them. They're getting hammered worse than we are.
No, not us. We haven't had a good freaking rainstorm since last year.
No, that's not right, because if the winds were
the wind is going northeast.
Northeast is coming down.
Yeah, but if it's going northeast from him, then there's no way it's going to hit you because it would have to.
No, it wouldn't, because he's already east of us anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What she's saying, that those weather patterns are coming out of the northeast and
gotcha.
We're getting off her moisture that they're getting is evaporated or whatever, and it's hitting us.
Well, those are the Chinooks from the mountains. But we should technically be getting that because you guys got Montana and Colorado, and we've got the Rockies, which technically should be coming our way. But every single thing is like missing us.
Yeah, missing you guys, and it's dumping down on us. It's
weather
manipulation.
Well, it's going somewhere, and it ain't.
Yeah,
here.
it's hitting us. Last year it hit Pennsylvania and New Jersey and all that area. This year we're getting it all.
Well, they're like kind of close to the coast, so
yeah,
that makes sense for them. But like we're central, like we're the
like my climate where I live is supposed to be in the summer. It's like Mediterranean climate. That's what I got. So my summertime climate where I live is supposed to be like the Mediterranean.
Well, yeah, but you're not too far from where I am, though. Like our cities, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm just northwest of you.
Mm-hmm.
Like you've only got Wisconsin, and then
Illinois
and Minnesota and North and South Dakota between us. Like that's it.
That's a lot. That's a lot of ground to cover from.
Well, technically, only Illinois, Wisconsin, Minnesota.
Yeah.
Well, no, we're just north of North Dakota.
Yeah, but Winnipeg is like right on the border of, like, if you look at the
Yeah,
line.
you could cut off like the corner of North Dakota and be in Winnipeg, basically.
Yeah. Well, from the East Coast, you don't have to go to into North Dakota to get to Winnipeg. You could just flip right through
Okay,
there.
well, go back to the weather then.
But no, I watch a lot of farmers that's on YouTube that's from where you are. They're been complaining about not getting no rain.
Yeah, we don't get nothing here. It's ridiculous. Sherry says she's in Mississippi. That's
She's
very
getting rain all the
the southern. That's like the southern border. No, we're well, I'm more north than any of these guys here, and we ain't getting shit. I mean, we're getting hot ass dry weather. Mind you, it's humid, but that don't make a difference.
We lost our huge patch of sweet garden that was kind of
I
dependent
remember, yeah,
fucking all rotted in the ground. It sat underneath the water, didn't it, Beth? For weeks there for a while, it was for a week or more that it was just raining like not just a rain. These are inches. These are by the inches. We had over 6 inches of rain in 11 days.
I wish I could say the same thing. Yes, Mark is technically further north than I am, even, so I guess he wins. Yeah, he's like way up in the boonies.
Our weatherman said so far that we've had so far the year we've had just as many days it's rain as they've been sunny. It was a 50% split, a little bit more rain than what it was sunny days so far this year.
So
we've had more rain days than we've had sunny days.
So what is it looking like from here on out then until the end of the season for you?
Our next forecast is supposed to be dry, I'm guessing, ain't it, Bev? That's what I see. But once the summer heat and humidity, you never know when it's going to spring up a rain shower anywhere.
That's the biggest thing is you never know. They keep calling for rain for us, and it's hot as hell outside. And it's like, oh my God, it's supposed to be a thunderstorm. Oh, and then it's like a bright, sunny, hot-ass day, and you're like, what the hell?
I didn't want to have a rain.
Because I thought it was going to rain to the end.
If you're going to have a rain, you want it to be a lightning storm rain because lightning produces nitrogen into the water and makes your plants grow twice as big. By the way, if you guys didn't know that, look it up. Lightning puts nitrogen back into the rain and makes everything grow better. You can look it up. That's a true fact of science.
Well, then tell that to Mother Nature because we need that.
You need a good lightning storm.
Yes.
Lightning storm.
Not only do my garden
make everything grow faster.
Does my garden need it? I need it, like for my soul, because I think like thunder and lightning storms is like that's like my shit, man. Thunderstorms are my bitch. I love them.
I was talking to one of my buddies on Facebook, and I was like, "Oh, we're getting a good lightning storm." I was like, "Man, this is going to have a lot of nitrogen in it." He didn't know it, and he was a grower too. I was like, "Hell, my grandpa told me that when I was a little kid about that. If you're a farmer, you want the lightning and the rainstorms because that's what puts the nitrogen back into your soil."
So why does it do that? Why
the lightning, the way it's hard for me to explain it because I'm not a scientist and a smart. The way what I get it is the lightning splits the molecule somehow and makes it have nitrogen. Is all I know.
In like the water vapor and the
Yeah, it does something with splitting the atoms in the water or whatever.
So it's getting like scientific at this point.
Yeah, I'm not very good at being scientific. I just know it produces more nitrogen in the rain, the more lightning you have. That's all I can tell you. To get scientific about it, look it up. Google it.
No, hey, I believe you. I'm not like your 6th grade math teacher where I'm like, show your work. If you got the answer, I believe you.
Yeah, no, I just anybody else that sees that, just Google it because hell, I don't know all that information.
I always got in trouble for never showing my work. Like, especially in math class. Like, I would just get the correct answer, and they were like,
the answer. I can look at this and tell you what the answer is. Well, how'd you get there? It's called my brain.
No, I would explain it to them, and they're like, but why didn't you put out your work? And I'm like, because I didn't need to. Like, I didn't have to do it. I looked at it, and I got the freaking answer, so I wrote it down.
Is the answer right? Well,
yeah.
Yes. How did you get there? Well, if it's fucking right, then why, I'm not your goddamn teacher.
Oh, you guys want to talk about what's I was in this class that was advanced computers, and I didn't even take computers or anything. It was my senior year. And the teacher gave us Scantrons. I didn't already care. I had enough credits to graduate. And I just filled out the Scantron sheet, just guessing, and I missed one. That teacher was so pissed off, and he didn't want to give me the correct grade for it. It's like, why should I give you this? Because I handed it right back to him after he did it, and I just guessed and missed one. I was like, hell, I did the good job guessing. You got to give me that grade. Yeah. He wasn't going to give it to me. He was so mad because I didn't care, because I already had enough credits and stuff. The
worst was when you're filling out the Scantrons and you didn't fill in the bubble like all the way, and you got the right answer, but when they put it into the machine and it was like, oh no, you didn't fill it in all the way. It's like, I got the fucking right answer. You know what I mean?
That teacher was so mad. That was so funny. I'd never seen somebody so mad. I was so surprised I only missed one fucking question. I'm just guessing them in, because I was already thinking I was going to miss them all on F. I didn't care.
The funniest person in class was
like, what the fucking odds of that to do that? Or that was the one in whatever odds to do that.
I used to do that a lot too. Not because I never got what you got. I usually would be like either pass or fail. Like, it was like on the edge. But no, there was tests where I'm like, I didn't study for this stuff. I don't even care. And I would just start filling in answers like whatever, like A, B, D, A, B, R.
No, it's always A or B if you don't know the answer, because sometimes there's true or false, and that can only be A or B. Don't ask me how I know that, but with multiple choice, I always got like an A or an A plus, like, because you cover up the answer and then you read the question and then you write down everything you know about what the question is, and then you get to the answer before you look at the answers.
Hell, I didn't even do that. I just started filling shit in.
School and university. I had to do well. Like, I couldn't.
But if I had a lottery ticket that day, I probably would have won some, because what the chances of me only missing one on that?
I'm either going to win the lottery or pass this exam. Yeah.
Because that dude, literally, it fired him up, because he was so mad that I only missed one just by doing that to him. But, that's one of my cool stories in my life that happened to me. I thought it was cool.
You have to know the right answers to get them all wrong. That is accurate. If you know the right answer, you usually second guess yourself.
Yeah, that is true, because I'll know the right answer and was like, I fucking thought I knew that. I knew the answer.
And then you're like,
that's what pisses me off.
Could be this too. Yeah.
Is missing the question that you already knew, and then you second guessed yourself. I don't know how many times I've missed myself.
That's why they always say go with your gut instinct. Mm-hmm. But then you can also argue on the contrary and say, well, what if my gut instinct tells me that I'm wrong? And then
I'll start digging deeper into the questions of what it's supposed to be.
It becomes the situation, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You'll start digging into that question. Like, well,
That was me. That's why I covered up all the answers. I read the question and I had my answer before I even looked at the answers. And if my answer was one of the answers, that's the one I picked. And that's how I got A's and A pluses in university.
Dude, I never did study in school. I made Who's of America and didn't even study.
I was literally the top 3 in my class of like over 1,000 students.
Yeah, I never studied ever.
I was stoned as fuck throughout all university. I was so baked like all the time. It was just ridiculous.
I didn't smoke weed back then, but I did not study either. I did okay. I mean, I made it out of high school, but
No, I'm talking about university, not high school.
Well, this was high school.
No.
Oh, fuck that. My teachers in college, we was doing more smoke breaks than learning anything. And I was like, well, fuck this. Then
Well, I played
I
for
didn't
the
learn anything.
for my university, so I was mostly in the arena, either working out or playing hockey, than I was actually doing schoolwork.
No, I was going for heating and cooling. And the teacher was doing more smoke breaks and everything because I went to a trade school. It was called Ivy Tech. And I'm like, God damn, I'm going to pay all this money and I'm not learning fucking shit. This dude wants to do more smoke breaks than we didn't learn anything. I was like, oh, I just said fucking, I quit.
Fuck it.
Screw it, I'm out.
No, yeah, God, I remember when all of my exams one year where I had my microbiology, my biochemistry, I had my chemistry, my biology, my nutrition, my physiology exams were all every single day in like a row, like consecutively. So I had my physiology exam, my microbiology exam, my biochemistry exam, my nutrition exam. I had kinesiology at that point too. It was and it was all right around Halloween. That was just my midterm. I was up literally for like 5 days straight, smoking weed and studying, and I still came out with like an A- average. Susie, how far did you get in hockey?
Well, what? That was the first time I tried acid was from going to college.
In 2007, I got in a really bad car accident. Oh no, sorry, 2008, I got in a really bad car accident and I twisted my L1 and my L2 in my spinal cord. My doctor, who also was at the university, she did not give me a release to play hockey after that anymore. So that answers your question. University, I was actually being scouted to play for the Olympics, and I did play for Team Canada under 18. Like the junior Canada, but couldn't play after that because it's still twisted. If I get hit a certain way, my spinal cord, which is like the lumbar region of my spine, which is like the lower part, which carries all your weight and everything like that. If I get hit a certain way, it'll pop out. I'll be paralyzed from there down. I begged her, Dr. Brown, to give me a release. She wouldn't. That ended my career. And I wasn't even driving. I was a passenger.
I was going to play. I had offers from the University of Louisville to play college football. And then I quit. Got into smoking pot. And
Isn't that where everybody goes after they don't make it in sports? Yeah, no. Yeah, no, I went to actually cocaine. Once I skipped past the weed and everything. I just went straight to cocaine. Been sober for 10 years though, thankfully. Yeah. That was a hard time in my life though, really.
But for me as a teenager, I thought, fuck, man, this is fun. I worked at Hardee's. I was like, fuck, I'm making money. I can buy a car, pay for my insurance, and buy my weed and stuff. And I was like, hell, fuck football.
Yeah, exactly, right? That's exactly, yeah, no, but that was, honestly, though, that was,
I regret it. I kicked myself in the ass. I'm not going to let my son make the same
That was
mistake.
the lowest I've ever been in my life, was when I was told I couldn't play hockey anymore. I just shut out everybody around me. And I OD. I had a heart attack. I was in the mental hospital. I had an abortion at that point. Like, it was just, like I said, those are a bunch of years that I just want to forget about.
Oh, and plus I lost a bunch of weight. I went from 250 pounds.
Yeah, I remember you
to fucking to 170 pound freshman. So I don't think that would have worked out good for me.
I can't picture you being like bigger than you are, honestly. Like,
Me? I was just, a few months ago, I was 270 pounds. I've lost all this from the stuff that I'm going through.
Yeah, like stress. Yeah, that.
Yeah,
Stress
and the chemo medicine and stuff.
Well, just everything. Like, yeah. How about you, Rev?
No, I'm at my highest weight I've ever, or no, I think I'm down from that, but I was at my highest weight I've ever been at. And it's like 135 pounds.
Damn.
I'm probably down to like 120 now or something like that. I don't know.
I haven't seen 130 pounds since I was in like the second grade.
Me neither.
Everybody'd get pants and mine would be huskies. My grandma was like, "You're not fat, you're just husky." And that was what my pants were.
I don't know. I've met Susie. I've seen her in person, and there's no way that I can ever imagine her bigger than me.
I used to weigh, when I was at my top game in hockey, I used to weigh 165 pounds.
Yeah, there's no way I can imagine that. I've met
you. I was like pure muscle, though. I had like a six-pack, and my thighs were like this big, like literally.
I mean, I get the muscle and everything, but I just don't get the weight. Like, there's no way.
Muscle weighs more than fat.
Yeah, it does.
You're like way shorter. Like, you're not way shorter than me.
I am like the same fucking height as you.
No, you are not. You're like 6 inches shorter than me.
6? No.
Well, how tall is Susie?
I can show you that. Well, look at that picture that I just sent you today.
I'm 5'5". Hold on.
What is it? 5'3.5".
I'll just hold on.
Look at the picture I sent you today.
That's Beth's height.
Yeah,
it's 5'3".
I was goddamn leaning down. You see that?
Dang, how tall is JT Bear?
JT Bear is gigantic, man. I had no idea how big he was. He
didn't look that big in his video.
No,
he gave me a hug. I was like, holy shit, okay.
Yeah. Oh, he gave me a hug, and I'm like, hey, how you doing? Like, he's gigantic.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah, he's tall.
He's like 6'5" or something like that.
He's like 6'2" or 6'3", probably.
He's over 6.
Which is like a good foot taller than I am.
Because he don't look that big in his videos.
No.
I've watched every one of his videos.
You want to know how big he is? Watch any of our videos. Mine, well, no, maybe not mine. JT's or Shocks, or actually Shocks is the best one.
Because JT had a good one too, and actually yours was not bad either.
Well, no, I think Shocks was the best because she was looking at me and JT taking pictures, and you see like how tall I am versus how tall he is, and he is way freaking taller than me.
Well, I'm 5'5", and
I'm like 5'11". And he's way over me.
I'm 5'10".
Well, I have no clue how
I can tell you, Eric. Hey, hold on. I can tell Eric is taller than Rev for 100% sure. Yes, I met you. You don't think I know? Remember when we met at the airport, and I was like, "Oh my god, hey!" I was like literally right at your height, almost.
No, you were you were pretty short. You were down there.
You thought I would be shorter.
No, I totally thought you would be shorter. No, I totally give you props because I said how short you were, and I was making fun of you. And then I met you, and I'm like, okay, well, she's not as short as she seems, because you're not. You're not that.
How many times did I tell you that?
Yeah, I know you could tell me that all you want, but I'm gonna still make fun of you about it. But But then I met you, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I have to be honest. Like,
I just got reminded of something, Rev. Your earlobes. Did you see where somebody put a padlock on a dude's earlobe like that and took off and ran?
I've seen that.
Some dude on Facebook put a padlock on some dude's earlobe and took off running.
I have totally seen
And
that.
they had
That
to
was
fucking.
great. That was. That's something I would do actually.
Oh, Beth was talking about the one where the snake is crawling through their earlobe.
I bet the padlock one would be great because you'd have to
Rev, could you let somebody come up and sneak up close enough to somebody put a padlock on your ear?
I mean, fucking pissed.
But could you let somebody sneak up on you like that? I know you're a hunter, and you're not gonna let somebody sneak up on you like that.
I mean, it could happen, but I'm not gonna let it happen. No.
But you're not gonna let it happen. But you're gonna know somebody's fucking with your ear, I would think.
Well,
I'm always like if I'm in like a
put
city.
padlock on there, I'm pretty sure you would feel it.
Well, when I'm like in a city or anything like that, like I am ultra like aware of everything that's going on. Like I am totally always looking.
I never have my back like to someone who can do that kind of thing. Like if I'm standing, I will always have my back towards like a wall.
And this has got all pissed off look on his face, like somebody did this to
Just
me.
be like, no. I can see Rev. Rev would be like, if someone did that, he'd be like, what the fuck?
What are you doing, dude? If you want to put a padlock on there, why didn't you just ask, man? I would have hung out there for you for free.
The person that the snake went through,
No.
the snake got
I would have done it for a case of beer.
Oh, the snake got caught in that dude's ear. So that's the saying they had to take him to the emergency room.
Oh my god. Did the snake die? Don't tell me.
Did the snake die?
I don't know.
She don't know.
It didn't.
She was done after seeing the snake. I hate snakes. Then one of my boys, one of my younger boys, they love snakes. He'll pick them up and like, hey, Dad, look at this one. I'm like, oh, I don't want no part of that. I got a video where he's picking up a snake and it's like Alex's new friend. We don't care for.
Then I'll chase them.
Then they chase me around with them.
Yeah, they'll chase Beth around with them or us.
I made them let it go.
We chase them with the wicket and lock up.
Yeah, they chased their sis. That's his sisters. He's saying he chased their sisters and brothers around with the snake. And none of us like them. But come here, Alex. He's the one that he ain't afraid of any of the nature stuff. He's not afraid of nothing like that. He's a nature-loving fool.
Lumberg wants to take him fishing.
Yeah, he wants to go out fun fishing with Lumberg.
Oh man, I saw a link on YouTube. Yeah, it was Doug Stanhope actually retweeted it, which is weird to me. But it was a guy that was like, I don't know. He was a black guy. That just made it so much more funny to me. Like if it was some redneck guy, I wouldn't have been like, oh, that's funny. But it was this black dude, and he actually caught a snake on his fishing line. And he like reeled it in, and he's like, this is the kind of stuff I have to deal with, like fishing in the bayou. And he had this snake all coiled up, and it's like wrapped around a catfish that it would like, it was like, bit into. It was a poisonous snake, and it was like biting into the catfish. And he's just sitting there, and you just see this like catfish and like poisonous snake thing like spin around a bunch of times, and then it goes back to him. And his facial expression was my favorite part because he was just like, it was the greatest thing, man.
We didn't have no poisonous snakes in Indiana for the longest time until they released timber rattlers. They purposely released timber rattlers in Indiana for the purpose of we don't have enough predators for our deer and other wildlife.
Later, Lisa. That sucks. Why would they purposely,
That's part of the DNR.
We got
Department of Natural Resources. We don't have enough timber rattlers, so
We have those.
We didn't have enough basis predators. We didn't have enough predators, so they released the timber rattler.
We have those suckers here, and I was like, "Oh my god, there's a cottonmouth!" Because I thought it was a cottonmouth because it was in the water. And my cousin was like, "Oh right," he like jumped in his truck and grabbed his 22, and the thing was like climbing up the bank on the other side, and he shot it, and then we used like a backhoe. Like somebody got in the bucket, and like we used the backhoe to go over the canal to like actually get it, and they laid it out on the back of a pickup truck, and it's like a 5-foot bed, and the thing was laying over like 2 feet on one side and 2 feet on the other side. The thing was.
You should have seen this video I seen the other day of the timber rattler they saw going through the Brown County State Forest. This motherfucker was like this big around, and like I don't know how long. And people was like, "Look at the size of this thing! It was massive. It looked like a python going through there. That's how big they got." I found a timber rattler. We was fishing. I live right here by the Wabash River. It's part of the area where they released them. We found a timber rattler years ago when we was out fishing, and it's like, look at that snake. It don't like that water, because my buddy kept taking it. It was rattling, and my buddy would take his pole and throw it in the water. And it's like, we knew it was a timber rattler then, because it didn't like the water whatsoever. Man, that motherfucker went and hit my buddy's dog right in the face.
Did it survive?
Shit.
Yeah, it survived. It fucking nailed it right in the face.
That's what I'm afraid of with my dog. She already killed a cottonmouth. Like, that's the most aggressive snake in the entire world. Like Steve Irwin, the crocodile hunter, that guy wouldn't even pick up a cottonmouth. And my dog took one out.
My God, I would never. I don't know what I would do if I found like Coda like just lying there limpless. I would like.
Oh, my dog took the snake out, and I was like, "What the hell was that noise?" All I heard was like, "Arr!" And I was like, "What the heck is that?" Like, apparently she grabbed it and just vigorously shook it until it died. And I went out there. I was like, "What the heck was that?" And I walk over, and the snake's upside down with his mouth open, and you can see the fangs like pointing backwards in its mouth. And my dog is my white dog, the old one.
Yeah,
the freaking mouth of the snake, like away from the fangs. And I'm like, "What the hell are you doing, dog? Like, you're a fucking idiot."
Can I share?
I'll tell you something funny. This is when I was a kid. There was a big snake in our yard, and the dog didn't want no part of the snake. But you know what did? The cat did. The cat was the one that was after the snake. Was going to take it
my
out.
cats would do the same thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Well,
no.
I
That's
don't.
what saying. The neighbor's cat tear him up, boy.
I don't think my dog would have actually went after the snake. I think the snake was just laying there, and my dog walked over to where it was, and it was trying to mess with my dog, and my dog just messed it up.
He was like, "Yeah, no, you're not coming near me."
Yeah, like, "You're in my yard, buddy."
Yeah. That's what I wish my dogs would do when deers would come on our property. Hey, that's my sweet corn. What the fuck, motherfucker? Like our first lab that we used to have. Man, we never got no deers that came on our property to eat my sweet corn. That motherfucker would hear any little thing and was on them. And my labs now, oh, go ahead and eat it. I don't give a fuck. And he was like, "No, that's mine." And be on them. Soon as before they even step foot on my property, he'd be on them. But he was also his family was from Grand Champion breed that my wife paid. My wife's dad paid thousands of dollars for him. And my wife's dad passed away, and we inherited the dog. But he was so smart, dude. It's incredible how smart he was. We didn't even have to hardly teach him anything. That's how smart he was.
Can you imagine paying thousands of dollars and then just some stupid snake takes out your dog? That would make me so mad.
I want to say he paid $5,000 for this dog.
That's nuts.
I
That wasn't that much, and he was.
There's a lot of vehicles I wouldn't pay $5,000 for, let alone a dog.
But he was a hunting,
Yeah.
duck retrieving fool.
Like
That's what
hunting
he was
dogs
bred
or-
for. I mean, he was a hunting dog. I mean, it was his family was grand champion hunting dogs. Or retrieving dog, duck dog or whatever. Because my father-in-law was in the duck hunting.
Yeah. Oh, well, I've been in that whole realm, and we would go to banquets and they would raffle off like a champion, like $5,000 dog. And they would raffle it off.
DQ banquets.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Ducks Unlimited, Rocky Mountain Elk, deer,
Turkeys Unlimited.
Well, National Wild Turkey Federation. My dad was the president.
Yeah, that's it.
How many bunch of times for the Pennsylvania?
Wasn't your dad
her dad was in.
like put turkeys in like a certain place? Like that's why there's so many there or whatever.
Yeah, he did that.
Wow,
he was
that was
part of the quote trap and transfer. Like they would take turkeys from one area and they would trap them with like a giant net. They would have them come in and they would like shoot, like literally like old school, like whatever the heck you want to call it, where they'd shoot a net over the turkeys. But they would shoot a net over them and then they would take them and then just take them to a different area and there we go. And like
Brad's 100% right. In the 90s, the state of Indiana had hardly any turkey population whatsoever. You never seen a turkey, and that's what they did. Now you see turkeys everywhere in the state of Indiana because of that reason. What Rev's talking about.
Yeah,
I grew up never seen a wild turkey. Now you see them everywhere. But in the 90s, they had a big thing to where they was reintroducing turkeys to Indiana, and now you see them all over the place. Same with deer. You hardly ever seen deers in Indiana.
Oh, what I'm talking about was like the 70s. Like my dad, like I think it was like the late 70s and early 80s. Like that's when he started getting it going. And like Greene County, Washington County, Pennsylvania.
Greene County, Indiana.
Well, no,
here they're like a dime a dozen.
They're like the bottom.
They are now.
The bottom left-hand side of Pennsylvania, like that's why they actually have turkeys there, and they're so prolific right now.
Turkeys in Indiana,
or no, I'm talking about Pennsylvania.
I bet your dad was part of the.
Yeah,
I bet your dad was part of the population here in Indiana too. Then at that time.
Yeah, because he was working with the Pennsylvania State Game Commission, so they were just doing it and trapping.
Yeah, and they probably worked with all these other. I'm
gonna have to let you guys go though. I'm fucking tired. I gotta work in the morning.
You're leaving?
Yeah, I gotta work, and I'm.
All right.
Hell.
Well, we can.
I don't blame you there. Work comes before any play.
We can shut this down if you want. Talk for a second.
Oh, it's up to you. Like, there's.
Nah, we can do it.
If anybody wants to look it up, Rev's the truth, talking the truth about how they captured the turkeys and repopulated them everywhere. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, they did the same with elk. They reintroduced elk into Pennsylvania. They, like they do that all across, all over the place.
They did that the elk in the northern part of our state by Michigan, that area, but they didn't do that here. Because my buddy actually shot an elk in Indiana.
Yeah, well, in Pennsylvania, they would always populate the elk up, and they were like, "All right, we're gonna have a season next year," and some bunch of fucking idiots would go out and just shoot a bunch of elk, and now the population down below.
That's why they have laws here, like that you can't do that. It can only be bucks, like older bucks that you hunt here, like for deer, elk, caribou, like anything like that, or moose, even if you're into that kind of thing, more up north. Like it can only be like a buck, like an older buck. Like you can't shoot does or anything.
Well, there's a whole formula to the whole thing. Like if you want more bigger bucks, I believe you give more doe tags. But if you want And also, if you want bigger bucks, you can't shoot them until they're actually like a certain size.
Oh yeah. Well, that's exactly.
Yeah, see that.
Here. Like you can't.
I live in the one of the best deer.
You can't shoot them out of season. You
Countries in the
can't shoot them
country.
on private property, and they have to be a certain age and a male. Like that's exactly how it is here.
Where I live is known for the bucks and the deer population. Because you know, I live just the Wabash River is just a few miles down the road.
We've got them
And it's
like
fucking amazing deer hunting here.
my old well, so is it. Yeah, so is it here. So is it here.
You don't got the soybeans and corn that they're eating that we got here in Indiana.
No, but we've got deer like in our backyards. Like where I grew up in Charleswood, like they would hop the fence, which is like 7 feet. They would hop it. And
No, a deer
in your garden. There'd be like 6 of them in your backyard, which is only like yay big. I mean, anywhere that's further than the perimeter is all fair game. My dad's buddy Rick Payne used to own a massive property, and he would let us hunt on his property, except he had this one part of his property that was off limits because he had horses on there. And my dad's hunting partner shot a deer on that property, and the deer went like laid dead because we do bow hunting here, and in where the pasture was on the horses, so we weren't even allowed to hunt there anymore. And that was like really the last time I went hunting, and that was
that sucks. Somebody else ruined it for you.
Yeah, he ruined Bob Shannon. I remember that fucking guy. Yeah, and that was
damn it, Bob.
Fucking Bob.
There's always somebody runs it for everybody else.
Someone with like, no, never mind. But yeah, no, I was so pissed off, and he was like, "Sorry, can't let you guys hunt here anymore," and that was like our ticket. And after that, like he only goes, like my dad only goes hunting like up north really anymore, and yeah, effing Bob, I know exactly.
We're kind of lucky where we live because I can walk out my back door and go hunting, but we also got permission to go. The farmers that owns a huge section where all the big deers are. My son went out for literally 10 minutes. Brittany Beth, this is honest God's truth. Went out for 10 minutes and shot a buck. And I thought, damn, what the fuck's he shooting at, man? He shouldn't be shooting. He's still walking out there and shot a buck in 10 minutes. Yeah. And I was like, damn, dude, next time wait on the big one to come by at least. And he was like, I told, and then I did the thing where I was like, well, my son went hunting for a total of 10 minutes, back to playing Fortnite.
Well, I remember the first buck I ever shot, and I remember I found it myself, and I remember I skinned it and gutted it myself. And I was like 11 or 12, and that was, oh my gosh. I remember sawing off the legs, and I remember my dad helped me, of course, because I was like just super tiny, but we sawed off the legs, strung it out to let it bleed out in the garage with the tarp on the ground. And my sister did not know what the hell was going on, but she went into the garage to grab a pop, like a soda or whatever, and she turned on the light, and this deer was like strung up by its leg, bleeding out onto this tarp. And she was like 9. And I remember her screaming bloody murder. Oh, it was fantastic. Well, anyways, I am
well, no, I'm just gonna go ahead and end it here. So, all right. Well, Eric is muted. So, yeah, check out Eric. He puts out a bunch of videos. It's Eric Hale, AARICHALE.
And Beth Hale, his wife.
Yep.
He's on there as well. Exactly as it sounds, Beth Hale.
And check out Susie because she's going to be putting out tons of videos and not.
Susie did eat the heart of the deer, like in the movie. No, I did not. I will let you know when I get bit by a Wolverine and turn into one. But other than that, no. But I did keep an eyeball actually in a jar, which is a little bit morbid, I guess.
Okay, I never did that one.
I just remember that now. I don't know where that came from. Oh, why I said that, but yes, I did. I kept an eyeball of my first one in a jar. My Uncle Tom helped me get it out of there.
All right. Well, we'll catch y'all later. Thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll catch you in the next live stream.
We'll see
Later,
ya.
everybody. I'll
We'll
back
see ya
this
another
time.
day.
All right. Take it easy.